Yeah.
No, we're good. We got it. All right, we on. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the league. Happy Thanksgiving to you boys. Happy to share this
Thank
this
you.
beautiful boardroom with you guys on this beautiful night, Thanksgiving Eve. Collin just left. We're gonna let him back in. Where you at, Raffle?
I don't know why that left.
Hey, that's all right, man. We're live. Just saying happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to the league. Happy Thanksgiving to you boys. Um, it's a good time in our lives right now. Outside of Louisville basketball, everything's going on the up and up.
Oh,
We got great fantasy
don't
football
talk about that.
parity ahead of us. Um, yeah, man, I'm disappointed I couldn't be back in the Ville, see some of the boys and the league members. But apparently Roppel had some run-ins with some ex-girlfriends, so maybe I'm not missing out on much.
Hey,
Uh,
Classic
it's all
holiday
love. We
stuff.
love them all. It's great.
hey,
Oh,
you're thankful you saw him. Say it.
You're better for it, Roppel. You're better for it. I'm sure you handled it like a champion.
I did actually, believe it or not.
It
I
sounds like
did.
you did.
A guy that is pretty talkative actually shut his mouth for once.
Good for you.
Talkative is a very nice way to put that.
Mm.
Anyways, how about we get into this fantasy football? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm thankful that I've been able
Maybe
to
we'll cut that
witness.
part out.
No.
No,
This
no,
is
no, no.
this. No. I'm thankful that I've gotten to witness your growth as a
As a human
As a
being.
conversational
as a
being.
man, as a
Yeah,
man.
yeah. What you got in your? What you got here?
That was that's
Yeah,
weird. Looks screen's glitching.
that's okay.
No,
Uh,
I don't have it in there anymore.
yeah. So we have some long overdue power rankings and all that kind of stuff. But more importantly, today was the trade deadline, and we had some deadline deals go off at the buzzer. I've been working the phones for the last 3 weeks, I'd want to say, trying to make some deals. Finally landed a couple, just one with Mr. Vrabel's Horse Johnson here on the podcast.
Which
Uh,
I can't wait to talk about these because I think there's some shady shit going on, and I can't wait to talk about it.
yeah,
Some shady
so
shit.
let's just
Okay.
jump right into it. First of all, this is something I'll announce to the league later. Joey gave me this recommendation. I think we're gonna roll with this moving forward throughout the years. Week 10 is going to be the trade deadline. That way, instead of Walker being 2-9, he'd be like 2-7, and there's still a chance.
Can I just throw out that I suggested this last year, the year before that, the year before
Well,
that?
we did
Well,
move
we
it up.
we moved
Moved it
it,
up.
but yeah, we keep moving it up further. I think this will be the third time we've moved it up.
Yeah. This is the third move up, and you did suggest it. We did it. Clearly, it wasn't enough. And
I
yeah, I
will
mean,
say,
yeah,
hold on. Even when Walker was 2-7, like in reality, that was a thing, and he sold Gabe Davis for $400. So when Raffle says this is shady, which I know is what's coming, I did not set this precedent. I
No,
think Gabe Davis is much more fantasy relevant this year than Kareem Hunt, and he sold him for
shady's
$100
probably the
more.
wrong word because shady's, and we'll get into it, but shady's not. That's the wrong word. I
And
should.
it's not on my part. I literally texted him. I said,
I'm
I
not
want
gonna lie,
Kareem Hunt.
Parker.
What would it take?
Anytime
He
I
said
see
$300.
when I see Parker in a deal at this time in the year with only transactions and money involved, I assume it's shady.
I texted Walker. I said, what would it take to get Kareem Hunt? He said, not much, honestly. I would probably take like $300 for him.
Well,
Was
if it makes you
literally
feel
how the
better,
conversation went.
I will
Not
spill some
shady at all.
tea. I'll spill some tea on this podcast because I considered colluding, and I'll spill the tea.
okay.
Okay.
I'll spill it.
Okay.
It's
Spill
nothing
it.
crazy. I will.
I'm interested. No, go ahead. Go
I mean,
ahead.
what are
We
we
got
waiting?
nothing.
What are we
We'll
waiting
go right
on?
into it.
Yeah,
What are we waiting on?
we're doing to the deadline
All right.
first. So let's
Because
hear it.
technically, you all know how I like to play the gray area.
Yeah.
So there was no rule here, and I'm looking at the standings, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm teetering. I'm in right now. Could be out. I need some people to lose. Specifically, it'd be nice if Parker lost.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Parker was hurting in this matchup last week. So what I did I offered Walker James Conner for cash as a rental,
Hmm.
and I was gonna give him cash,
Mm.
little plug and play. Give me
Oh,
the money back, or give
I
me
would
James
have
Conner
I would
back
have
after.
flown to Arizona and punched James Conner in the face. I already hate him so much.
I know. Out
If
of
you
every
gave him
player.
up as a rental and like balled, I would have.
He played
would've-
well. It wouldn't have mattered, and Walker did offer it to me after I put it on the table.
Luckily, I balled
We
out, so it
decided
would've
not
mattered.
to do it because I didn't like. I thought it would create chaos in the league.
It would have. And it would have been one of those
Something
things.
similar earlier on a much minor level.
I really wish you would have done it because my team dropped their nuts last week, and it would have hurt your feelings that he played
It would
that
have.
well, and I still got it done because
But I
Maher
decided to be
hitting bombs.
this whole growing up thing. I did that today
Good.
or then.
Nice.
It wasn't good for the league.
I respect it. I respect the fact that you thought about it. It's a good thought. You would have gotten money too. So it's not like it was just like a only doing it so Parker could potentially lose type of thing. Am I frozen or are you guys frozen? It's one of those weird glitches, huh? This is very strange. Yo.
Right now. Boom.
We're back.
I completely thought. Wait, did I go away again?
No, you're
Yep, it said recording has begun again.
Yeah, the last recording.
We
The
are
last
back.
what?
The last recording, it said it stopped recording.
Yep, that's how we knew you were gone.
Yeah.
Maybe, just I don't know. Maybe this whole little conference room was like taking up your Wi-Fi.
I don't think so. I got plenty of gigs in here.
Yeah, pretty confident that that's not what it is. We got extra Wi-Fi in the conference room.
God forbid
Yeah,
I come up with solutions, you know.
I mean, dude, it's literally a conference room.
Right. Like, come on.
All right then.
So I'm not sure where this is gonna leave off, but if we are restarting the video right now,
Let's
all
just
we're
start.
gonna say happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the league. Roppel just had a run in back in Louisville, Kentucky.
I don't know if we need to say that part.
Well, I'm just catching up on everything. I'm you know what spark noting what we had talked about. I know.
Just keep it out.
No, I mean it's not a big deal. He saw some ex-girlfriends of the league out in Louisville, Kentucky, and he's thankful for it.
The league.
He handled the situation really well. He's grown as a human being and a man.
But when you say
not very confrontational.
Once you say thankful, I'm coming in and saying I'm not thankful.
Well,
he was so grateful, like so grateful. He's embarrassed about it now, but he was very excited about it.
He was. Then we talked about how the trade deadline just went down, and Roppel wanted to get into some stuff, Shady shit, being the stuff. I announced that week 10 moving forward is going to be the trade deadline due to said shady shit. Actually, he said shady's not the word. Little strange activity, raising some red flags, if you will. But then Roppel himself confessed to potential collusion.
Ooh, see, now we might leave that out.
No, we don't leave that out. You made a point to bring it up. I feel like we should definitely get it in.
I'm just kidding. That's good. That's good content. I'll bring it up.
Collusion was Roppel was in a position where he was teetering on the playoffs. This was about a week or two ago.
No, I'm still teetering.
He's still teetering, but he reached out to my team sucks, Walker Doherty.
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
We're live.
Absolutely.
Well, I thought you were recapping what we were gonna say.
Well, we missed the beginning.
I'm truly
it cut off.
We
had a little off-on thing, so Josh is recapping what the people would have missed.
Intervening then. I thought you were recapping everything.
No problem with the interventions. I like it. I think it adds some flavor to it.
My bad.
It's all about a little
all
flavor.
good, man. But yeah, the potential collusion was he reached out to Walker because Walker was playing Parker, and Collin could use a Parker loss here. And he said, "Hey, I'll give you James Conner for cash on a 1 week rental. You give him back with the hopes of James Conner producing enough points to give Parker a loss." It's well documented Parker hates James Conner. That would have been a little bit of insult to injury. That may or may not have had anything to do with it. I'm sure it did have something to do with it. But we got to that point. Roppel said he grew up. He didn't do it because he's a big man now.
But the question lies is this legal moving
He's
forward?
the big man now.
Because this is a gray area.
Parker, can you sit up a little bit, man? You're slouching.
Sit up.
You're slouching at the board. There you go. There you go.
I apologize. I laid my phone flat and I'm writing down my power rankings here because last time was a jumbled shit show.
Hey, there's a desk right here. There's a desk.
That's a good point.
Use the desk.
I apologize.
You're good.
I'll use the desk.
Yeah, please. Roppel?
I mean, moving forward in this league, is that legal? Because it's not illegal. It's gray.
The rental thing?
Like
intentionally, just like
no,
I don't. That feels like
I'm not arguing one
weird
or the other. It's just
rentals feels like a weird thing.
So here's collusion can be looked at the same way.
Probably the wrong word because it wasn't collusion. It was more of I'm going to help my chances of making the playoffs because I have extra depth. And I'm going to give it to Walker for cash, who's going to lose the league. Give him extra cash. Give him a chance to beat a guy that's competing me to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
5 extra guys.
Yeah, but that feels much shadier than what I did with Walker because it's just like a rental. Like,
I completely agree. It's a rental. But is that illegal or is that
it's like, oh, if I have the best team in the league and I'm too clear of everybody, but like one team's kind of getting hot, I'll just give them my best player for a week.
I'm just asking, where do we draw the line? Because it's not illegal.
It's one of those things that every league office has to deal with on a case-by-case basis. It's like tampering in the NBA. There's no
Where are
real
your morals.
It goes to the league office. Was it tampering? Was it not? There's a conversation that happens, and then they come out on the other side with it. This one in particular, I'm waving the red flag. This would not have gone through. But again, case-by-case basis. I don't care. I don't care what your argument is.
Well, okay, if it doesn't go through, is there a vote or you just decide?
No, not in this kind of stuff.
But why? Like, I don't want to make this a long conversation.
No, we actually, you know what? Everything in this league comes to a vote. There's a vote on this. I'm not going to Zach Wilson this shit and be like, were you the problem? No. So I think we are going to have in the future. Hey, this was shady.
Let's not decide anything here. Let's wait till we decide how we decide on these. My only thing was I had excess players I'm not using.
I get your argument.
My advantage. I want to keep them. This was my way of being able to keep my guys.
Sure.
And still use them.
Hey, I get your argument. And there's arguments for tampering every year in the NBA.
So let's not decide it now, but let's just say this is something that's up for a vote this offseason.
Yes. Well, no.
Okay.
No.
And Parker,
no.
if you
no. Okay.
No. It's up for a vote on a case-by-case basis.
Can we decide that this offseason?
So we need a vote to decide.
I think that we should make an overall vote.
We need to vote if this is even allowed.
No, I think that we should vote whether it's even allowed, whether rules altogether are allowed whatsoever in the league. It's a clean cut yes or no. You're either allowed to rent a player to somebody else or you're not.
I would say, and we're live, I would say no. It was just a loophole. I found it. I'm looking for it. I want to win.
Yeah. I respect it. Hey, I respect it. You're a gray area type of guy.
And I didn't do it. So what's that make me?
I told you, man. You're wearing your big boy pants nowadays. I'm proud of you. I'm thankful for you.
I'm fucking Jesus over here.
So yeah, I mean, I agree. If I had to say right now, I'd say no. It's not legal moving forward. But yeah, we can take it to a vote. Renting players, yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right.
Agreed.
Deadline's passed though. So yeah, man. Walker definitely did some weird things where he was shipping off players for X amount of dollars in week 10.
He also got rid of Dalvin Cook for no future assets.
That was the biggest. That was the biggest one. That was the biggest one. So you got Gabe Davis and Deontay Johnson in week 10. Gabe Davis goes for $400. Deontay Johnson goes for $600.
Who paid $600 for Deontay Johnson?
Tyler Borman.
Borman, what the fuck, bro?
I came in with a $400 offer. And because I was like, I'd pay $400 if Deontay Johnson was a free agent right now. I need wide receivers. I'd pay. And
but like not happily. Like you wouldn't be like, oh, this is about to put me over the top. Like I'm for sure. Like I don't think everyone would be putting in bids over $300.
No, I think I just again, situational, and like I would just have him on the bench being like, all right, if he does pick it up, great. I have an option. But I said 400 and he went back to Tyler. Tyler said 500 and I said, I'll go to 500. That's it. He went to 6. Borman said 600, take it or leave it. He took it. So I would not have gone up to 600. I would have been actually pretty upset at 500, but I still would have done it. And then, you fast forward to now and the trade with you for Kareem Hunt, that's again, like it's not
a big one.
I'm not too upset over it. The Dalvin Cook one was pretty egregious.
Painful.
I mean, AJ Brown and Elijah Mitchell is not a terrible package. It's not a terrible package, but for Walker, it's like, what do you've been selling off all these players for clear. Your motive is clear. You're building, right?
We're going gray area. I mean, Walker's openly saying, I'm going to lose this league. I want as much free agency cash moving forward as I can possibly have.
Sure, but then the Dalvin Cook move, he had no future assets. None.
And I love Walker.
He just gave Dalvin Cook to fucking Borman.
I love Walker, and I don't want him to. I don't want Walker to think that I'm like going back on what I said in our trade conversations, whatever. But he really wants us to drop a couple of like bench spots, and I feel like some of his moves in terms of getting free agent money is hoping that we drop some bench spots. But that's not a definitive thing, and like I don't really necessarily think that's the case. This has been a really bad year for the waivers, but typically it's better than this, and I don't see us doing that moving forward.
I don't think this year's been a bad year for the waivers. I think this is a league that fucking pays attention. I mean,
I would agree with that.
This is a league that drafts people
and say, "Oh my God, this guy's open." Yeah, when you check our league, the fuck he's not. We're 2 steps ahead. That's
the guy who's available in 70% of leagues was drafted in the 14th round of our league.
Yes.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I don't think, and even still, like those guys end up on waivers at one point in time if you want to go get them. You know what I mean? Like Isaiah
I dropped Benjamin because I picked him at a really good time. It wasn't working for my roster. I dropped him
1 week early.
Picks him up and he goes off for like 30. It's part of it. This is how this works.
I don't even think that, like, I don't know, one less bench spot, will it make waivers a little bit better? Sure. But like I find myself having like to battle, like, all right, who am I dropping whenever I'm picking someone up, like every week? Like,
I agree.
It's already like I'm not in favor of it. We'll take it to a vote, but I'm not in favor of it, and I don't think the league will be, on the let's drop a spot side.
I mean,
so we'll see.
Everything's a vote.
It'll come to a vote, but Walker has had an interesting year, and I think we'll leave it at that. A couple other trades happened. Parker moves. Who did he move? Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers for Traylon.
Traylon Burks. I like the move. I think it's, he's in a position where Traylon could be one of those guys down the stretch that has a good last few weeks, 7 weeks, whatever it is. He's kind of coming into his own, and obviously Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be the answer at quarterback right now. And he's been, you've been going through that quarterback carousel for quite a bit. Then he picks up Dak Prescott in a move with me. Actually, you're sending you sent $166 as well to Byron. So it was Aaron Rodgers and $166 for Traylon Burks. And then Dak Prescott goes over to Parker. Nice quarterback that's going to fill that role. No more Russell Wilson days for Parker. Sends George Pickens at 9 over to me. I needed wide receiver help. I had a few quarterback options. Made sense. No huge moves outside of the Walker one, but no massive fireworks. Just some smart moves, and I think that's about it, man. I mean, Parker, how are you feeling about your moves? State of the roster?
I like where I'm at. I have a couple guys kind of coming into their own. Najee's kind of picking it up. I was hoping that he would after the bye, so that makes things a little bit more calm at running back. And then you got Amari, who's been solid, but you got the creep coming in at quarterback next week, and ideally that'll make him even better. So hopefully we can handle it down the home stretch. I think that Traylon's just coming into his own. He was starting to play better before he got hurt, and then since he's been back, it's been better each week. And Tannehill's getting more healthy. We're starting to throw the ball a little bit more. There's a whole lot of targets to go around too. So ideally he can give me a little bit of stability in the flex, because that's my one spot. I don't really know what I'm going to do. And then Dak, like you said, allowed him to drop Russell Wilson today, which was very nice. It was a very good feeling, letting him go and float away into waivers, and hopefully not added to anybody else's roster, because it's a miserable experience.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's that desperate to pick up Russell Wilson right now.
Cool.
We'll see though. I mean, it's crazy to think that like guys like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson would be just being shipped off and waived for nothing at this point in the season. And I think with Rodgers, the weapons were a problem going into the year, but with Russell Wilson, people were like, he's a potential, I don't want to say league winner, but he could have done really big things. I think a lot of people thought that offense was going to be electric, but obviously we know how that turned out.
I think people expected him to be in that probably back end of like the Jalen Hurts group, like maybe 5 to 7 or 8.
We not bring Jalen Hurts up because that means we have to talk about him being better than Reggie Bonnafon. And I think
that conversation is over. That's not a thing.
I would like to hear Rudy just admit that it's over.
I'm not ready.
He was wrong.
I'm actually
the
not
Eagles
ready.
are about to be the best team in the NFC, and you're going to be talking about Reggie Bonnafon, who I don't think has been on a roster in a full calendar year.
All right, look. I'm not ready to admit that I would rather have Jalen Hurts as my starting quarterback.
Your biggest problem in this argument is you are on Reggie Bonnafon's team. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like a mediocre, solid defensive player that like was just like a good rotational player. Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback for the best team in the NFC.
Right, it's fine. We just created a clip of Rudy saying he's not ready to say Reggie Bonnafon is that guy over vice versa. Jalen's not that guy over Reggie Bonnafon. We just created a TikTok clip that's going to go viral. It's good. Yeah. It's going to go famous now.
I don't think enough people are aware of Reggie Bonnafon for it to really.
People won't even know what that means. They'll say, "What is a Reggie Bonnafon?"
Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts still hasn't won a playoff game. Like, I'm not buying into all this fucking regular season hype. He's got one of the best defenses in the league, one of the best offensive lines in the league, an elite receiver group, and a good running game. So,
do you know who else is never going to win a playoff game in their NFL career?
Say Daniel Jones.
Reggie Bonnafon.
I'd rather have Daniel Jones.
But also Daniel Jones. No, you wouldn't.
I'd rather have Daniel Jones than Jalen Hurts.
Oh my God.
All right, we're not doing this right now. This is not what this is about.
We don't have to. But all I'm saying is Daniel Jones has led an ass team to a 7-3 record. Ass. That roster sucks. The Giants aren't good.
Neither is Daniel Jones. He's not like he's part of the
Bro,
problem.
Whatever. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. It's fantasy football.
bro,
So back
you're
on the
not
game.
watching enough Giants football if you say that.
You know what? No, I'm not watching any Giants football.
Probably
Back
had to
on
stop
here.
after we beat y'all.
Yeah, that's what it is. Mhm.
um,
Enjoy your Thanksgiving tomorrow. Watch the Cowboys
I'm
win.
definitely not looking forward to it. I mean, the Giants are the most banged up team in the NFL. It's not really close right now.
It's not accurate. You're not the most banged up team. The most banged up is the Chargers. The second most is the Titans, actually. I saw a stat on it. Giants are in the top like 5, but
It's
not
bad.
number 1.
It's like
Yeah.
key positions too. Key positions, key players, not good. And they
Anyways,
were
let's
well.
do
The
these.
problem with the
Let's do
Giants,
some.
they weren't good to begin with. So when you lose guys like Xavier McKinney, Adoree Jackson, Evan Neal, Daniel Bellinger, fucking Sterling Shepard, and the list goes on. Like they don't 4 starting offensive linemen are out tomorrow. 4. No Xavier
That's
McKinney,
problematic.
no Adoree Jackson. Like they're missing 3 other corners. It's just the whole thing is just not good. But
For all those taking Thanksgiving prop bets, take Micah Parsons or the Cowboys sacks over.
yeah, I would indulge. Anyways, let's should we get into these power ranks?
I think we should.
All right, starting at 12. All right,
All right.
starting at 11. So we
We know who 12 is.
Yeah.
Shout out the man whose team name says it all.
Yeah, Mr. Tank, Mr. Huh? What? You got a shake up at 12?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Who in the hell are you about to put at 12? This is about to be the most disrespectful comment I've ever heard. Walker's team is so bad right now.
I mean, okay, you know what? I'll change it. But fuck it. I'll say it. I still think Ronnie's team is the worst team in the league.
No.
The man's put up the least amount by 30.
No.
Absolutely not.
He's got 828 points.
All right, but
I don't even have.
We're talking about right now.
In this current moment, his team versus your team,
Okay,
or versus whatever.
That's fine. All right. All things considered, that's fine. We'll put Walker there. That's fair.
Man, could you imagine?
That's crazy. I can't believe you were actually about to put somebody below
820 points this year.
I know it's not
Walker's
good.
2-9.
If Trace doesn't make it to the playoffs, he's going to lose the fantasy league again.
Trace would be amazing to watch do.
If
combine.
He doesn't make it, he will lose the league.
I mean, Trace's biggest problem is that DeAndre Swift sucked.
No, Jamal Williams is just really fucking good.
You're right, but DeAndre Swift got hurt, and then Jamal Williams has always been good though.
Can we also talk about how on draft day I said, Jamal Williams, don't laugh. This is a locker room guy.
I think you did say that. I do remember you.
And guess what?
He is a locker room guy. He's been a lot more than a locker room guy, though.
He found his way to the fucking
He's
field.
been a guy.
Yeah, he's a guy.
He's number 7 in the league.
So we know that that's your number 11, obviously, is Trace. We don't even need to get into Walker because we had basically a whole segment.
If we're, all things considered, playoff contention. Let me reconsider.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, fair. So
I mean, I considered playoff contention, obviously, a little bit. It's a factor, but
I didn't. I didn't.
You didn't at all?
Nah.
I factored in playoff contention and record at least a little bit.
All right, well, then let's go to 11. I'll go first. I think Byron's at 11 then, if we're going to factor all this in. He's at 3 wins. He's got to basically win out to make the playoffs.
We're going to have some major disagreements here, I think.
Oh, okay, hold on.
We are.
Before we go in, I don't think Byron's the 11th worst team. I don't think Byron's the 11th worst team. I think Byron's team is really good, but he's stuck at 3 wins. He basically has to win out to make the playoffs.
No, I agree with you. I kind of tried to do a mix of both, I guess, kind of factor in both things, a mix of how good the team is and where they currently stand, with their record, Like I have Grant at 11. He is
Oh,
a game.
yeah.
That's
He's a
fine.
game in front of
Yeah.
Byron, but
I
I
don't have a problem.
first off, I don't like Grant's roster management at all, which
Yeah.
I don't think is shocking. Um, and Jonathan Taylor has become a guy. I just don't like his roster. Like Mark Andrews hasn't been Mark Andrews necessarily. Like he's tight end 2, but he's averaging
Tight end
9.5
2?
points. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I saw a tweet. I sent it to Dylan because we were laughing about Travis Kelce and how good he's been. The difference between him and tight end 2 is bigger than the difference between Mark Andrews at tight end 2 and tight end 33.
Wow.
Like the difference between Mark Andrews and Greg
That's
Dulcich
nuts.
is bigger than Kelsey. And yeah, it's insane. He's been an RB1.
I mean, for Mark Andrews to have literally 9 points in the last 5 weeks and be tight end 2 is insane.
Yes.
9 points in the last
Crazy.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been hurt and there was a bye in there, but still, like 9 points in 5 weeks, it's total. So that's nuts. Roppel, who was 11 for you? You said Byron, yes. Don't want to have to do it to him, but I got Dylan here at 11. Didn't want to have to do it to him, but to be
Oh, he's
starting,
gonna be pissed.
dude. I mean, you're starting Latavius Murray, Michael Carter, and Paris Campbell. Like,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily his fault. You know what I mean? Like Mike Williams hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's got McCaffrey, great, but like
His running backs got torn through. Also, he had Javante, he had
Yeah.
Rashad Penny, he
Yeah.
had
yeah,
somebody else that got hurt.
there was some high draft capital investments there, and they got hurt, and now he's stuck with. I mean, Christian Kirk, thank God, is good. Because if he wasn't, then Dylan would be in some serious trouble. But yeah, I mean, like this is his roster that he's currently rolling out. And I mean, I guess Mike Williams will be in there for Paris Campbell, but just doesn't seem like the upside is there with this team. And he's going to need, in order to win in the playoffs, because he's probably going to make the playoffs. In order to win in the playoffs,
No, he will.
He's going to need a week or weeks where Burrow has 30 and Christian McCaffrey has 25 and Christian Kirk has 18 and Michael Carter gets in the end zone, Latavius gets in the end zone. Like it's possible, but not stuff that I'd bank on. He's going to need massive weeks out of those guys. And yeah, man, for that reason, I have him at 11.
And by the way,
Yeah.
sorry,
I have Dylan lower than his 7-4 record would indicate, and I thought I was going to be controversial. That's wild. 7-4 team at 11.
And sorry, I actually have Trace there.
At 11?
You do have Trace at 11.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this was really, really difficult after Walker.
It is.
Everything was it was not easy.
I had a hard time at 10 because I really like his team a lot, but I have Byron. He's 2 games out of the playoffs with 3 weeks to go. And which is crazy because he has 2 top 15 running backs. His receivers are Diggs and Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
And he has Ayuk in the flex. And his team on paper looks like it should be very, very, very good. But he's not going to make the playoffs. I just don't see it happening. So you can't really put him any higher because
I have Byron right there with you. The guys had 1,100 points scored on him.
Yeah.
oof.
I think he's third in the league in points on the year.
Correct.
He's
Third most
in the
points
league
in the league. Most points scored against. He's been getting hammered. I mean,
and the issue is like a lot of the time when you look at points scored, you're like, all right, like you must have had some fuck ups by like leaving players on the bench or stuff like that. Like, no,
not Byron.
Like he's.
You know what? This is a long time coming because his first
Agreed
in this league, he came in.
I already know.
Absolute fucking garbage. Makes the playoffs, makes a couple lucky pickups, and wins. I mean, granted, that is managerial, made some good pickups, but good God, this is a long time coming.
In
Dude.
fantasy, it may take a little bit longer, but this is his welcome to the league moment. Is this season?
I will tell
Yeah.
you this: he's sweating. He knows he knows he might be missing the playoffs. He knows he's in contention for last. He knows he's doing the
Dude.
combine potentially. He had.
So
I should have taken a picture and sent it to you all. He had Nike blue leggings on the other day
No.
for the UK George game because he's trying to warm up. And he walked out without anything else on, said, this could be me on combine day. I was like, buddy, stuff some socks in those. He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows he could lose.
I love that.
man, that would be an elite field of people. If Walker, I feel like would handle it well. I think he's going to end up doing it, but I would much rather watch Trace or Byron do it.
100%. Actually, I don't know. Seeing Walker do it would be pretty awesome.
I just feel like Walker would handle it well. Like I feel like Walker would actually do all right. Like his measure. I want to see Byron's
I think Byron would do way better than Walker.
Honestly. I want to see Byron's height and weight measurements, like his hand size. Like I want to see
on
his 40-yard dash and a broad jump. I want to see Byron doing a broad jump.
On
that would be awesome.
Statistical level, like bench press, all things considered, if you average it out, I think Byron would do much, much, much better than Walker.
Interesting.
Like much better.
I feel like Walker would be quicker, like shuttle 40-yard dash.
I think
probably Byron, jump further and higher.
Maybe he can't.
I don't see Byron getting a good broad jump. I see it being real short.
Byron's bench press alone could average out Walker's whole thing.
He's built for the bench press. It doesn't have to go far. The bar, you don't have to move the bar too terribly far. It's good stuff. Just quick up, down, bang it out. He had 10 before you even realize it.
Fair enough. All right, moving on.
At 10, I got Grant at 10. I think he's got a good roster, but same reasons I had when I put him pretty low last time. I think the ceiling's limited. JT is kind of turning it around. But we'll see. The Colts need to keep winning, or else I think they're going to probably shut down JT for the year. So we'll see. I don't know, upside and roster management. I had him at 10, but I do like his roster. Every time I look at it, I'm like, there's some pieces that I'd like to trade for on this team. I offered him some things for Amon-Ra St. Brown. He declined. But yeah, I mean, I like his roster, but like I said, it was tough. 1 through 11 was really difficult.
We seem to have come to the same conclusions, though. In the words of Jim Irsay, we've got the same teams in the lowest quartile of the league. Because I have Trace at 9, and so we have like the same teams, just kind of a different order.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Swift thing killed him. He still has good players, which is why it's hard to put him below the teams that are in 10 through 12. Like Waddle, McCorn, Higgins, all good players. Kamara, obviously, very nice. And Swift should be good, but he's just not getting it done. I don't know. The roster management is troublesome. Darren Waller has been on the IR for a minute, and it has not been on his actual IR. Like, it's just, little things like that make it hard to put him any higher. But hold on, I'm looking at his team right now. He has made 19 acquisitions this year. I gotta think that is,
which is not bad for him.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed. That's a higher number than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be very low.
Let me run through it. That is, he is bottom half of the league in acquisitions, but he's not like he is mid to low.
No, that's good.
He's mid.
I'm impressed. That's much better than I anticipated, because I figure if you have a dude that's been chilling on the IR that you haven't been real active, but that's not terrible. Either way, I just don't think that he's going to back his way into the playoffs, and so he's going to end up at 9.
Yeah, Okay. So wait, who have I said so far? Have you noted it, Rudy?
Yeah, you're Walker 12, Trace 11, Byron 10. We're at
Yes.
9.
Okay. So I'm also at Grant with 9.
Okay.
Um, that's a tough one for me because Grant, for whatever reason, week in, week out, is projected a lot of fucking points.
Yeah.
Didn't he though? A lot.
He is every single week, and it doesn't exactly translate.
He's projected 97 points this week.
It doesn't. He's always projected a lot of points, and it makes your opponent like if you're the opponent, like holy shit, he's predicted this. I better fucking.
We say that Byron's projected 102 points.
Yeah, but Byron also has the third most in the league.
I know, but he's got 3 wins and he's projected 102 points. That's off.
115 is going to be scored against him.
Hmm.
Whereas
I don't know. I don't think Dylan's got 115 in him.
I mean, Grant is what is he? 7-4? No, sorry, 5-6. Is that right? What's Grant? No,
Grant is no. He has 4 wins.
7. He's 4-7. Grant hasn't even scored 900 points this year.
Yeah.
Damn.
And week in, week out, he's projected roughly 100. I mean,
what the hell?
But he's still right here in playoff contention. So
he's only had 915 scored against him. It's by far the lowest in the league. Well, no, the gentleman of 924. But other than that, those two are.
Granted, you can't really like put everybody against that. Like that's how the shit works. But for basically that reason, I'm putting Grant.
Wait. Hold up. I missed something. Joey has only had 865 points scored against him. That's elite defense. Damn.
Yeah, Joey never talks, and it works.
Well,
it does.
Silent assassin. His defensive coordinator is locking up this year.
Playoff appearances. Joey's the most consistent player we have in this league.
No doubt.
Oh, without a doubt.
No doubt.
And he's a pet.
He makes draft picks where everybody's like, wait, what the hell? Every single year. And he's going to be in the playoffs no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, I've got Grant at 9. But I mean, Grant's in play for the playoffs. So
he is. And he took a gut-wrenching loss last week.
Didn't he?
Yeah. All he needed was 25 yards out of Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he didn't
19.
make the first catch until the 2-minute drive. And let me tell you, when he made that 19-yard catch, I started sweating my fucking.
I mean, Rudy, you have 2 wins by basically less than a point this year.
3 by less than 1 point.
Oh my.
So
wow.
I've told many people this. If I don't make the playoffs because I lost to you by 0.4, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Look, man, good teams find a way to win. I have Trace at 9. Yeah, I mean, his team, like, if Darren Waller panned out and Swift panned out, he would have been stacked because he also, like, his receivers are T. Higgins.
Very good.
T. Higgins, Waddle, McLaurin, Chris Olave, and Tyler Lockett.
Yep.
Like, Trace is auto-drafted really well.
Trust me, as a guy looking for receivers all season, like I have been eyeing and offering for multiple of those players. Nothing has ever come to I've never gotten any of them, but I offered some shit. I offered guys like Nick Chubb and Saquon for like packages of Swift and Kamara and like different receivers, like not both of Swift and Kamara, but like there were offers on the table that I thought, may have helped him, and helped myself, but he decided no. And yeah, I got him at 9, as do you, Parker. So yeah, let's move on to number 8.
So this is where I have Dylan.
Okay.
He's 7-4. He's pieced together a couple of wins lately, which is what he had to do to make sure he made the playoffs. This team has just gotten so banged up that at this point, I don't see any way that outside of being frisky in the first round of the playoffs, he does a whole lot in terms of winning it. I do think early on his team was very good, but with what he has left, Joe Burrow and Christian McCaffrey can only take you so far. Melvin fumbling the ball every 5 carries and then getting cut helps him because now he has Latavius, but that offense is awful.
Yeah.
As somebody that owned 3 Broncos all year.
I'll go second on this. I've had Dylan as one of the worst teams in the league all season. He strung together a bunch of wins. He's also in my 8th spot, but with this roster, I mean, if God forbid, if a couple teams strung together some wins and knocked Dylan out of the playoffs, I honestly think Dylan would lose the league.
It's possible.
We could play Walker against it, but I think Dylan's team is absolute ass bags. I mean, I have him at 8, but this roster is so bad, man. It is
ass bags is disrespectful.
The fact that he is starting Paris Campbell and Kirk.
Kirk is good.
Kirk is good.
Kirk is the 9th. Kirk is wide receiver 9.
Damn, I didn't know he was that good.
Kirk is good.
Kirk is good.
Kirk's been hooping.
Hold on.
But I
swear, bro.
I don't think the team is good, but ass bags is mean.
Ass bags is a little crazy.
Yeah, Kirk's been pretty good.
He is a 14-point dog this week.
Kirk's been good. Dylan's team, ass bags. He's lucky. He's lucky. If he doesn't make the playoffs, I think this team could be on upset alert to lose the league. Dylan could be in spandex. Throw it out there. If he loses out, Dylan's in spandex.
Wow.
Man, he could be listening to this on Thanksgiving. Just going to ruin his day.
I'm telling you right now, if Dylan doesn't win another game the rest of the season and he goes into the losers bracket, that team, spandex.
It's possible.
Spandex.
Definitely possible.
He's
playing Byron.
Buy as many socks off Amazon as you can, buddy. You're gonna be stuffing those. Come on now.
If he did lose, I would have some elite production where I would have like 3 or 4 people out there with iPhones. We'd be cutting together footage, making that thing elite.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we'd have it from all angles. We would be doing like panorama, circling him while he does his measurements. It would be that's a hell of a production.
That's a Pixar movie.
It would be elite. It would be elite. And just seeing him out there in some leggings running a 40-yard dash would be awesome.
Haven't seen Dylan sprint in about 25 years. Love to see
it. Yeah, I mean, I would need like mid-workout interviews, the whole 9.
I would have somebody in like a tuxedo, like sitting there, like ready to interview him after each drill. Like,
I will say, sorry, Dylan, for giving you shit, but he would own losing the league. He'd be so good at it.
He would. We could make it like a series on like it would be just so good.
He would. All right. Sorry for getting us off.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
At 8, so you guys both have Dylan at 8. At 8, I actually have myself here at 8. Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said,
disrespectful to your own squad.
I mean, I could easily be 4-7, as opposed to 7-4. I've won 3 games by less than 1 point. And you know, my wide receivers have been a problem all season. Cortland Sutton and Michael Pittman have just been straight ass bags. Hollywood Brown got hurt as he was like a top 15, top 10 kind of guy. He's going to be coming back.
Been a thing? Like, where did ass bags come from?
No, I'm just using it. I just added it to the vocab.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, and then Dallas Goedert hitting the IR. That was not good for me. He was top 5 tight end in the league. And I was counting when I'm not getting wide receiver play, I needed Dallas Goedert every now and then to kind of step up. And yeah, I mean, Chubb and Barkley have been carrying me all year, but you know, last week they definitely laid eggs, like real bad. They were really bad. They combined for 49 yards on like 25 carries or something like that. I just nuts.
The fact that you have those 2 guys.
I know, but I mean, as a guy who watches every single down of New York Giants football, I'm worried about
Bless your heart.
Saquon. I'm worried about Saquon. The last like 3 weeks, he's looked like last year's Saquon, where he's really hesitant. He's not hitting holes. He's missing reads. Like he doesn't look like the guy who was there for the first 7-8 weeks of the year. So I'm not as confident in him giving me like big weeks where he can go for like 20, 25.
Yeah, if I saw my boy Wandale go down with a fucking ACL, I'd be terrified too.
What are y'all doing to these guys in New York at receiver,
It's the
Josh?
turf, bro. It's the turf.
Dude,
And
Wandale
Kadarius, like Odell, even like
Shepard.
now you got Wandale, Shepard, Kenny Galladay sucked already. Y'all made him even worse.
Not good. But yeah, I mean, luckily, I will say like there is upside here. Like getting, I know he was on Rappel's roster at one point, but Kyron Williams, I think has a chance to be one of those guys down the stretch that
I dropped a bag on him for a reason.
You paid one hell of yeah, you dropped a big bag on him,
I
Rudy.
dropped a bag for the reason of what he's at now, and then
Yeah.
it just so happened to be that I picked up other guys that made more sense. But
yeah, I
he
mean,
could be very playoff potential, like do very well.
the Rams could end up selling the season and just trying to evaluate guys down the stretch. If you just like watch him play football, he's explosive as shit. And I know they don't
45 last week.
Yeah, like they don't want to give Cam Akers all the touches. And if that's the case, I have Cam Akers, but guys like him and George Pickens and Christian Watson, even like guys like that, like could give me enough of a lift. But and obviously with Justin Fields, that's been a huge thing too. But he literally separated his shoulder, so I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. All those things considered,
Hopefully it means the Jets win next week, but yeah.
Just not overly confident with this bunch. We've had a lot of luck this year, and hopefully it continues. But just have to be honest there. We're like 8th in the league in scoring this year. I think this is kind of just where we belong.
That's a very, very modest take of you, which
that's respectful. I don't have you anywhere near 8.
I got you close.
It's interesting. In this spot, it's actually kind of an interesting one. It's a dude that I haven't had anyone anywhere near here all year. Might have him number 1 if this wasn't the case, but I have Aaron. Losing Cooper Kupp is about as impactful of a loss as you can have in fantasy football. That's just a guaranteed 15 to 20 points every week, damn near. And that's something you have a hard time replacing. And I just see that kind of being a problem for him down the stretch. I think the rest of his team is good, obviously, but the Eagles are starting to slow down a little bit. So Miles Sanders might not be popping off the way that he was early on. And I just see him having issues down the stretch.
I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, I'll give you my 8th spot here in a second, but the more I look at
7
these rosters, woo, booze and cruise in this fucking league.
Hold your horses.
All right, at 8, I got Dill. I've already shed on.
No, you already did.
You had
We're
Dill
at 7, man. We're at 7. We just did 8.
We're at 7.
All right, P. I have you at 7.
Nice. Fair.
No shit towards you. It's just this isn't your typical Parker Maddox, Newman Lumen fantasy football team. It's just not. This is a scrum. I'm grabbing the dirt, picking the rocks up, trying to put the pieces together. Parker Maddox fantasy football team, and he's doing well, all things considered. But I got P at 7. He's fighting. He's fighting.
He is.
We're fighting.
He's fighting. I've seen him fight before, and he's won.
Yeah, most of the time. Not always.
He might not win this battle.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair.
What do you got, Rudiger? What do you got?
At 7, I have Mr. Hold Your Horses himself over there, Booze and Cruise.
What an idiot. What an idiot. Look at my roster, you fucking moron.
Yeah. Look, I like all your backs, but you can only play 3 of them. And sometimes having a surplus of options is not a good thing. You end up benching the wrong guy or, stuff like that. But the Tom Brady thing, I don't think,
I've started him less than I've started Kirk. So maybe put that.
Either way, I mean, Kirk had fucking 2 points last week. That ain't going to fly in the playoffs.
And I still put up 100.
You did, but in the playoffs, you're going to need more than that. I don't like Dulcich, whatever. Not a huge fan of Dulcich.
We're gonna talk tight ends now. Okay, let's not judge tight ends if they're not the top 3.
No,
talk
look
about tight ends when we get to my team.
This is just how I feel about the roster in general, man. Like,
I don't think a tight end judgment is enough to really rank a team. If they're not a top 3 tight end, you're basically playing 50-50 every time.
Hey, look, man, this is just where I had you. It's just where I had you.
I mean, okay. You're right. I'm biased.
It's just where I had you. I just think there's a couple better rosters than yours, and just top to bottom. You know what I mean? So
don't, because if anyone needs a running back, they can't pick him up because I got them all.
You're right. The trade deadline's closed. And yeah, so yeah, I got you at 7, which is honestly it's a good spot, man.
Did you record this particular spot? Because I want to frame this.
This whole thing's recorded, man.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, Collin. We don't have to clip that part. We can just include this one where I have your team at 6. Because
I'll take 6 over it. I want to snip both you motherfuckers. Actually, let's hear your dumbass take. Keep going.
Okay. I think that
wrong.
You've got too much. You've got Brady and Evans. That offense has been brutal this year. Like Josh said, you can only play 3 running backs at a time, and you have a lot of them, which makes it a little bit confusing and opens you up to playing the wrong guy, which you have already been bitching about throughout the year.
That part's hard.
Like it. I love that you have options, but at the same time, it just makes it difficult not being able to ride the same dudes every week. It makes you second guess and go back and forth at times. I think that quarterback play is going to be an issue, and it's one thing to have a decent tight end. I think you have probably the worst tight end in the league. This Dulcich dude is fucking terrible.
Who cares about the tight end? I don't. You cannot rank my team off a tight end.
It matters.
No, it matters. It's one of.
Also, he's not saying you're the fucking 12th team in the league.
No,
you can't rank my team where they are at a fucking tight end. You can't do that.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
If you don't have a top 3 or 4 tight end, they're all 50-50 shots.
Hey, you need to lower.
Clearly, you didn't listen.
I know.
You didn't listen to what I said earlier, brother.
It's me, Collin Roppel. I played it. We all want to shit on me, but you can't rank my team off a tight end.
30 minutes ago, we were talking about how you were a grown up now, and you dealt with confrontation well.
Anyways, I have Collin's team at 6.
You can't rank me off a tight end. Fuck you. I drafted Josh Jacobs, and you all said that's a horrible pick. This motherfucker averages the most yards per league. Fuck
per league?
You.
This man just said, fuck you. Some personal shit.
I'm not doing it.
I'm at 6. I didn't even put him at like 9.
I'm number 1 in the league.
Who's your 6th team? Who do you have? Please say yourself.
I had myself.
God damn it.
Dude, fuck you.
God damn it.
But no, that's only because I knew y'all judge me. I'm definitely no. All right. I hate
dude.
My team can win this league. Put it out.
He said, "Fuck you." I'm ranking his team the same way he did.
I'm back up. That was harsh. I do rank myself at 6, but my team can win this league. Anyways,
Uh,
I guess there's no more talking about the 16 because we know about how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm
yes,
six.
yes, we
I can't
do.
win. I would like to hear from you two that I am capable of winning.
I
You
mean,
are capable.
the
I think
sixth spot and the seventh spot means you're capable of winning.
Yeah, one team typically slides into the back end of the playoffs, and then everybody else has got a shot.
My bad for getting worked up.
No. I like the passion.
Yep,
I
the
like
passion's
passion.
good. That's what this
Good.
league's all about.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Take another one down. Take another beer down. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Get more passionate.
Yep.
At 6, I got the Horse Johnsons here. So just rattle off our 3 teams. Me at 8, Roppel at 7, you at 6P. You getting a quarterback, big for the squad. And the running backs, like you said, Najee's kind of turning it around. And D Hop seems to be, kind of
Did
finding
you
a
all see
rhythm.
the comments about D Hop
What happened?
with
Yeah, Travarius Ward called him steroid boy.
yeah, basically saying like, yo, you used to be the guy, but you were just not. Like, we don't care about you anymore.
It's part of why I drafted him. I mean, the steroids had to help. Like, he's only going to get better. He didn't get hurt. He took steroids.
He's still a fucking beast.
Yes, he is.
Very good. I don't think he has the respect of the league he used to have.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that
he should.
my fantasy points do not factor in respect.
Fair.
But yeah, I mean, I think P's got a great shot here. He's got even what?
Cut this out. Turn on the air or fucking Arkansas game.
Oh shit, it's crazy.
Yes.
Arkansas, Texas Tech.
No.
Aztecs.
Hmm.
Aztec Nation.
I was gonna say
feet.
2 teams Louisville played tough.
Oh. We'll cut this part.
No, we don't have to. What channel is it on?
I don't know. I'm doing ESPN Plus.
Who's winning?
Kano just texted me and goes, Arkansas. Oh my god. OMG. Holy shit.
Damn.
Fuck it. Now it's not loading.
What channel is it on? I don't even know what channel it's on.
Fuck. I don't know. ESPN. Obviously, you tried ESPN.
ESPN's the Clippers game. It's ESPN 2, I think. Yeah.
Oh my god. Overtime.
Yeah, they're headed to Buffalo Wild Wings overtime. In the meantime.
Ain't that something? All right, my bad.
Yeah, no. I got P at 6. Yeah, I mean, I think the roster looks good right now. Even having a guy like fucking Brett Maher, it's big. It means something.
Kid's got a boot.
You know what I don't get? It's just how complimentary you are every year in, year out, of Parker's team, Rudy's team, but every year, Apple, not that good.
Parker
You
had
won like 3 games last year, man. I got
I
3
beat
chips.
Parker straight up by 1,000,000.
I don't think you won by that many.
Yeah, this year.
I don't think it was
regular
that big
season,
win,
bro.
And by the way,
I thrive in the championship
everything
runs.
just plays out how it is. Parker won't make the playoffs because of me.
Right, I am in the playoffs at the moment.
Roppel, you won that game by 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say 1,000,000?
You did.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyways, beat him.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, I got Parker at 6.
So I have myself
top five.
Yeah, I have myself at 5 actually.
Okay.
Which I feel is a little generous, possibly, but obviously I have a little bit of bias for my own team.
I don't think it's that. No, I think it's actually pretty fair.
Just getting a quarterback, I think, is huge because I've had, since Josh got Justin Fields, I've had easily the worst quarterback play in the league. And then that mixed with Najee turning into a dude changes my team a whole lot. Obviously, he needs to keep that up. But Collin, you said it doesn't matter unless you have a top 3 tight end. I think that Kelsey's in a whole different tier. He's averaging more points a game than Justin Jefferson.
I'm in agreement.
What? Yeah. I'm saying Kelsey's even separate from whatever the other 2 in the top 3 are because
Kelsey's a receiver. I mean, yes.
And-
take him out of it.
And
So,
he's not only a
oh,
receiver, he
hold
is an elite receiver.
Kelsey would be wide receiver 1.
right.
Like literally.
I
Like
didn't realize that.
like he has more
Well,
points than Devontae
when you
Adams.
said he was ahead of Justin Jefferson, I just assumed he was 1.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson's wide receiver 3, so I didn't know how that factored out, but that is insane. And I don't see it slowing down at all. So
And it's
having
not-
him at tight end and then
That's the crazy thing. It's not yardage. It's just this man gets
Touchdowns.
the fucking ball. Fucking time. It's like
the
there's
week
no
I played
way
Byron, he
he
had
paid
4
this much
touchdowns
money.
and 12 yards.
How do these coordinators and defenders it's going to him?
You can't tackle him. They don't tackle him.
But in the red zone, you don't get tackled. He just catches
He's
it.
slippery.
Nah, bro. He runs through.
No, you're right. He does. But God, man, he's getting the ball.
Yeah.
He's getting the ball.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, good pick, P. You always pick them. But yeah.
Can I ask a question?
No.
I don't understand it, but every single week, Amari Cooper, and this is projections, which doesn't matter. But like this week, he's projected 8.2 points, and it's been that way all year. He's wide receiver 9.
Yeah, he looks great.
I don't understand it, but his projection has been low all year long. They give him no love whatsoever.
Not gonna lie, I haven't watched a ton of Browns football, but I'm surprised he's 9, honestly.
He catches a lot of touchdowns.
Last week he had 113 and 2 touchdowns. And 2 weeks ago he had 131 and a touchdown.
Him and Brissett have like crazy chemistry. I'm not concerned, but I'm curious how it's going to translate with Deshaun.
I'm interested as well. I'm hoping that it doesn't take a second to where he struggles for this next couple weeks.
I'm just curious to see Deshaun in general. Like I don't think he's going to come out and light the shit on fire. I think he might suck for a little bit.
I don't know, man. I think he's gonna tear it up.
I don't. We'll see.
He's gonna tear it up, and I think he's just gonna say, don't get me wrong. Everything that happened prior to this, wrong, bad, whatever. But I really think he's gonna come out and just say, "Fuck you, NFL. Fuck you, fandom. I'm the guy," because he is that good.
I think he might do that next year. I think that he might use these games to kind of get his feet wet, and then they come back next year, and it's like, oh shit.
I just don't know. Like
he does, but still.
So like think about practice, right? Like he's not taking reps with the ones. Like Jacoby Brissett's still the starter. He's taking all the reps with the ones. After practice, like if you're Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones and all these, like, are you staying after to work on reps with Sean Watson or Brissett, who's your quarterback?
Timing matters.
Like, I don't think he's gonna have any chemistry with these guys.
No, you're right on that.
But we'll see.
I also think these guys are gonna be like, holy shit, if he can create that much more space, we're playing backyard football all of a sudden.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
But who knows? Yeah.
I think your boy Donovan Peoples-Jones is gonna be nice with Deshaun.
Yeah, well, he's not on my roster anymore.
But
it was a great pickup for last week.
It was. He's a good player. He's actually really fucking good.
I picked up Jameson, old Bama boy.
I saw that. We'll see.
He might not play.
He'll play.
He probably won't play on my roster, but neither will Donovan anymore. So whatever.
Yeah. All right. Roppel, who do you have at 5?
At 5, I have Mr. Kamish.
Nice.
I think you've battled a lot of things this year, but you've got 1 and 2 on your roster at running back. And
2 and 5.
Oh, they're 2 and 5 now?
Yeah.
Well, they're 1 and 2 in my book.
After last week.
They're fuckers. You can lose every single, not you, any team.
That's false, by the way. Derrick Henry's 1 at all times. He gets 30 carries a game.
Whatever. Rudy's team with those 2 guys can win a game by themselves. That alone puts him in the top 5. And they've shown that this team, the quarterback issue has been a big issue. Now Justin Fields being hurt again is another issue. But he's going to come back, I think. It's up to Chicago what they want to do. Is it worth playing him? But having those two guys alone puts Rudy in the top 5 because those two can win a game by themselves. He could sit everyone else. Those two could win a game.
That would be bad. Bad idea.
It would be a horrible idea. I'm just
bad idea. No, yeah, I got you. I'm being a smart
he
ass.
could play them two and win a game. He has. I mean, fuck. I've scored 50 this year. This team would have beat me with those two.
Yeah, I mean the Fields injury sucks.
Bad timing. He was just getting
Everything
going.
is coming together for Rudy's team. Fields going down, but it sounds like it's not as serious as they thought.
No, he literally has like a separated shoulder with partially torn ligaments in his non-throwing shoulder.
No, I have an Instagram account. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's my lead. But they said it's not as serious as people think. It's more going to be, is it worth playing him or not?
Yes, exactly. Like re-injury is possible, and that, and like he runs, like that's where he gets all his points.
Being non-throwing is huge, though. Obviously,
again, take all that out. You're still at 5 because you do have the 2 best running backs in the league.
Hopefully, I'm worried about Saquon, but we'll see.
Once again, Derrick Henry's 1, but they can be 2 and 3.
You got Chubb where you got him.
I did not understand the draft like predictions where he was going like middle second round. It was like why would he be going here?
I don't get it. It made no sense, but he took advantage of it. So
kind of scared me off. Like I feel like if this was the draft last year, I would have jumped on Chubb at 8. But this year,
it scared a lot of people.
Whatever reason. Yeah,
I really thought
it made me feel like I was missing something. Like there was something going on that I was not aware of.
I was the same way. Like going into the year, I was like, okay, Chubb, yes, top 3 running back, 100%. All the rankings come out. I'm like, yeah, no, fuck, we shouldn't draft this guy top 3.
What am I missing?
We gotta wait. We gotta wait on him.
I kept looking, and I was just like, all right, there's nothing out here saying. I was like, yeah, Kareem Hunt exists, but like, I don't give a shit. Like,
it literally felt like they were going to come out and be like a 50-50 split backfield for some reason. And that's what, like, everyone had the intel and you just couldn't find it. I didn't understand it, but freaked me out.
I got Rudy at 5, so.
Thanks, sir.
Where are you going, Commish? Who you got at 5?
Yeah, here at 5, I got Joey. I think with, Jalen Hurts is a really good fantasy football quarterback. But not a real actual.
Throwing that caveat.
Hold on, I'm gonna go pour a bourbon. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm done with Justin. I'm done with Jalen Hurts.
I'm done with you. I'm
done. And then you got Dameon Pierce, who I think is. We'll see. He had a great stretch. They decided to bench Davis Mills. Not that he's their future, but they could just go full tank mode and give him less carries because they know he's their guy in the future. We'll see. I think Isaiah Pacheco could be a big.
No, they benched Davis Mills today.
Yeah,
it's Kyle Allen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Obviously he gets Jamar Chase coming back. I think Chris Godwin is due for some big weeks here soon. He hasn't really had a big year, but he's played a lot. So I think he's due. And then David Montgomery with Khalil Herbert out has been pretty solid. And DJ Moore is actually a much better wide receiver with Sam Darnold as his quarterback, so that could actually help him a lot too. But yeah, I mean, I think potential wise, I love the shades. Potential wise, and then with his with what do you call it, with Jalen Hurts and stuff like that, his floor is pretty low, but if Pacheco can break out, he's in a really good position. So we'll see. I like him at 5. I know he's going to make the right moves. He also has a fuckload of salary. So if there is someone to pick up, he's in the best position out of anyone to do it. So I took that into account as well.
Yep. I have him at 4. I play him this week. So I don't want to give him too much respect, but the Pacheco thing is huge. He seems to fit their offense a little bit better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He can kind of get some tougher yards than Clyde seemed to get.
Going further, what pick did Byron draft Clyde Clyde Hilaire.
Not that high, actually. He got him pretty good value, like the 6th round.
Oh, you're right. He just took that fucking tight end.
Wait, it's right here. I don't know why. Yeah, he got him in the 6th round, right around. Wow. Right after Jalen Hurts. Josh took, if I'm not mistaken, Josh took A.J. Dillon 2 picks before Jalen Hurts.
Well, that's fine. I didn't want. I wanted
That makes me happy.
And Marquise Brown the pick before that.
Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown was fucking good as shit when he was playing.
And then Cortland Sutton and Michael Pittman the 2 picks before that.
Look at me now, 7-4.
Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Didn't mean to get you off. Keep going.
Go to 1 and 2, please. Go to 1 and 2, please.
No, you hit 1 and 2. You hit 1 and 2.
Everyone, hold on. And when I did that, everyone was like, "Damn, dude, like fucking Kamara and Swift." It's like, damn, that's a sick combo. And I'm like,
no,
you're fucking sleeping on my combo. That is true.
Not true.
It is true.
When you had Saquon and Chubb right at the bat, I said, fuck.
Yeah, but a lot of people were like, damn, Kamara and Swift, like, oh shit. I'm like, all right, I could have done the same thing, but I fucking chose not to for a fucking.
If it makes you feel any better, Josh. If it makes you feel any better, Collin took Mike Evans 2 picks before Travis Kelce.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
I actually heard about that from you on draft night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, Raffle, if you didn't have to play Greg Dulcich and you could play Travis Kelce instead?
The whole 2nd round is a bunch of people that would really, really. Oh my God, Walker took Cam Akers in the 3rd round before Travis Kelce.
He took
Cam Akers in the 3rd round, right before J.K. Dobbins, Mike Evans, Breece Hall, and then Kelce went. What were y'all doing?
I will say, Kentucky gentleman, Breece Hall, you got shit on. He's a great pick. If he doesn't get hurt, this man is going for a nuts year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they traded him. That's the other person that got hurt for Dylan. He had Breece.
Yeah. Javonte.
Breece, Javonte, and Rashad Penny.
Javonte.
Oof.
Williams.
No, Javonte was starting to take over the backfield. They finally said, forget about Melvin Gordon, and he was about to be the dude.
No, they don't do enough to make him justified. But anyways, go
on. But yeah, I think that I hate David Montgomery. I think he's not very good. But Joey gets Jamar back, so his receivers are going to be solid, and then Damian and Pacheco, I think, are going to be nice the rest of the year with an elite quarterback. So he's going to be right in that mix like always.
Fuck you, Joey.
Rappel 4?
4, I've got Borman.
Okay.
Borman's had a really good year. He's offered a lot of trades which I will tell a quick story. He offered a trade for Byron for AJ Brown. He's like, Byron, do you want AJ? Byron's like, I mean, yes, I would love to have AJ.
Yeah.
I received the exact same text, by the way, that just said, do you want AJ Brown?
Yeah. So
he sent me something. It was AJ Brown plus like under just a line for Chubb. I'm like,
yeah,
fucking what? Derrick Henry? Like who do you want? You want me to take Damian Harris and AJ Brown?
Right. And he offered me as well, AJ, and I'll go into my offer later. But he offered AJ to Byron. Byron's like, yeah, I mean, yes, I would consider AJ Brown.
I can't imagine pawning off my favorite team's best receiver like that. It's disrespectful to your own team.
Agreed.
But anyways, he goes into negotiations with Byron. Byron says no. Byron says no again. Byron says no again. And he's like, no, these are horrible offers. And so Borman, every time he's trading, was like, this is really good for you. This would help your team. This would help this. This would help that.
That sounds like a Borman trade offer.
So finally, when Byron said no to the last offer, Borman just goes off when Byron's like, well, fuck you. You're not making the fucking playoffs. Your team fucking sucks. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. And Byron's just like, hold on a minute. I had nothing to do with this. You just roasted my ass. Been playing passive aggressive all year. He did the same thing to me. Offers me AJ. I'm like, I would take AJ. Whatever. Keeps offering me trades. I'm like, yes, I'll give you a couple running backs, whatever. He's like, dude, I'm just helping you out because, like, if I give you him and then you offer me a couple other guys, that way you don't have to give up Josh Jacobs or Justin Jefferson. I'm like, hold on. I would never put AJ Brown and Justin Jefferson in the same conversation. This isn't a
Maybe as like a player in general, but as a fantasy player, no.
no. Rick.
I think AJ Brown's elite, like top tier.
I don't get ranked. So you all finish the rankings. Come on.
I think, I mean, AJ Brown's definitely almost just as good as Justin Jefferson, but
he's not as good, but I don't think he's like that far behind him for real.
nah. I mean, after the Buffalo game, Justin Jefferson went into a different tier for me.
No doubt. But if you put AJ Brown in a pass happy offense where he's the number one guy, like he's gonna put up crazy numbers.
Honestly, if you just gave AJ Brown like a good quarterback, then he'd be sick. Like Kirk Cousins.
Kirk. Borman. You want Kirky Kirk?
Like if AJ Brown had a Kirk Cousins, he'd be sick.
But imagine if he had Reggie Bonnafon.
I mean, shit.
He would
Reggie
catch
went
no
into Notre
balls.
Dame and got a W.
That he did.
All right. Well, I don't know what I missed, but we can go on.
You missed literally nothing. You were only gone for 15 seconds.
All right. Are we at 3 now? We're at 3, right? No. I haven't done.
Yeah, Rudy, you haven't done 4.
Wait, P, you had Joey at 4?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Borman. This is where I got Byron. I got Byron all the way down here at 4. Dude, his roster is solid as shit. He's got the 3rd most points in the league. I think, like as is, his roster is great. He's just needs to stop getting scored on so much.
I agree.
DC.
I don't know what else you're gonna say, and I agree with all of it, but like he has to win out to make the playoffs, and that might not be
to even have a chance. Yeah, I was about to say, even if he does, he still needs 2 losses out of 2 playoff teams.
Who he reminds me of is last year's Kentucky Gentlemen. You don't want to play them as the 8th seed. The Gentlemen didn't quite make it.
I agree.
They didn't quite make it, but you were scared if they were going to make it. That's who they remind me of. Guy like Rashad White, too, on his bench could be a huge difference maker down the stretch.
What did I tell you about Byron? He's at 3 wins. He's picking up Rashad White. He knows. This motherfucker cares.
Oh, I offered him shit for Rashad White today. I said straight up Cortland Sutton for Rashad White, which in not a terrible offer. And he was like,
think it's worth giving him a ring to see what he thinks?
A what?
The call. He wants to call him.
Oh yeah. I mean, give him a ring. Give him a ring. Give him a little guest.
Well,
I was wondering if he had tapped out, and I was wondering if he'd even make Mixon available, and he just gave me a firm no.
Oh yeah, he wasn't about it. Like he's still locked in. He's still locked in.
He is. Oh yeah.
Parker, are you laying down on the table right now? What's going on here?
Laying down?
Are you sideways on my table? All right, there we go. You're good.
Oh, sorry. I had you like.
You were like like laying down on my fucking boardroom table here.
I don't think we're gonna get Mr. Pelton.
That's all right. If he does answer, that'd be great.
He's probably shiesty.
Look, end of the day, he's got Ayuk is wide receiver 13. He's got 3 top 15 wide receivers, running back 9, running back 12, and I think Kyler's gonna have a pretty good end of the year where he gets Hollywood and DeAndre Hopkins, and they have a schedule. So they're not the team that I'd want to play. Rashad White is legitimately very, very, very good. He can play a flex role. Like his roster, talent-wise and production-wise, very, very good. I mean,
he's got 30 most points in the league. I mean,
when you look at a roster and you look at position rank, his is exactly what you want yours to look like. It's exactly what a championship roster usually looks like. But
this is what we talked about earlier. This is coming full circle. What Byron walked into in this league and getting so fucking lucky
Agreed.
is coming back because he has an amazing roster.
I agree.
But hey, buddy, welcome to New and Moon. Fuck, I just
Moomin.
clip it.
Moomin.
Clip it. It's just yeah.
Anyways.
Welcome to New and Lumen, you tongue twister motherfucker. Fuck you, Byron.
Hell yeah. Fuck everybody. Collin's on some shit tonight. Anyways, top three. I have Josh up here at 3.
Fucking go, baby.
So I think that his receivers are not very good, obviously. But I think that Fields and the running backs can literally carry him past a whole lot of teams. Like, if you have 3 dudes that go for 20 in a week, your team's going to put up some points as long as you have something decent in the other spots. And with that high of a floor, I had a hard time putting you any lower than that. I think that everyone else below you has the possibility of a legit dud, at least just on the wrong week. And I don't see any situation where those 3 guys allowed that to happen. And obviously Christian Watson, along with Pickens, who you just got, now that Claypool is gone, he's their number 1 receiver. So their schedule gets easier here as the season goes on. And I think he could turn into a dude. I didn't like giving him up, but I needed a quarterback.
Well, hopefully Hollywood turns it on too. I mean,
nah, fuck that.
I mean, if he returns to form where he was, that'd be huge. I mean, it is a foot injury, so it's probably not likely, but
well, that and they have Hopkins now.
I like Hollywood as a number 2 as rather than a number 1. He can just run deep. He wasn't really running that many deep routes as the number 1.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like intermediate shit, but I don't know. I mean, with Sutton and Pittman, I'm just like holding out hope that just one of them like starts to turn it on. Like they're actually, in terms of production, they're not terrible. They're just not scoring touchdowns. They both have 1 touchdown on the year. Like
Matt Ryan coming back and giving Pittman a little bit of life is nice as well.
Good.
But I feel like your ideal scenario is Kyron turning into a dude so that you can play him in your flex, and then you figure out what the best matchups are with those receivers.
Happens, you know how much that would hurt me?
I think it's gonna happen.
Probably a lot.
I threw so much money on him.
What'd you throw on him?
Go look. I mean, I threw.
He threw at 150
in dead period.
I just threw 476 on him.
Yeah, well,
that's a lot.
That's dropping fucking yash, baby.
That's fair. But honestly, not to hype myself up, he means nothing to my roster. He doesn't. He would never play over Deontay Foreman, Cordell Patterson, Jeff Wilson, or.
No, you're right. You're right. He wouldn't.
I've got the deepest running back group in the league.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that.
Anyways.
All
right.
I don't know what you say about that.
Who's at 3, Raffle?
I have Aaron at number 3. I don't love his roster today. I have him at 3. He's put up the most points in the league. He's going to make the playoffs. I don't think he's a threat to win the league, but I can't argue with what his team has done.
He's 6-5.
All right. I might have looked at last year. No.
Yes. He's 6-5.
I'm right, though. Yes, he has the most points in the league. I don't know how, actually. How does he have the most points in the league?
He had Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
That was enough?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, it was.
And Kenneth Gainwell put up some big numbers.
Kenneth Walker.
No, I see him.
No, Kenneth Gainwell ain't done shit.
Dylan. Just hear that name.
Dylan.
Yeah. The whole Adam
That name's big. That name's big in
Kenneth Walker.
That name means something.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, he regrets that a lot. He's brought it up multiple times.
No, but anyways, I got Aaron there. I don't see Aaron as a threat with or without Cooper. but I don't know. I don't know a lot to say about him.
I think with Cooper Kupp, he was very much a threat, possibly the best team in the league.
I would disagree, actually. No, take that back.
I won the championship last year basically with just Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams, and that's what he had.
I take it back. I take it all back. He just doesn't have sexy names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good team.
I will say he's starting 2 tight ends this week.
Yeah, he is.
That's never ideal, especially this year.
Right.
Yeah, but the fact that he is Mahomes, like, he can win week in, week out no matter what. And he's obviously making the playoffs. So
he had the same thing Josh did with like the 2 just like best running backs in the league and an elite quarterback. But
this dude drafts off a magazine. You kidding?
Oh, well. The magazine was on point this year.
That's incredible. Props to Aaron for drafting off a magazine. Old school. No one else does that. You deserve it, AG. This is your year.
I think he appreciates that a lot.
He does. I had dinner with him tonight. he knew I was going to talk about him.
At 3, I got Borman here. I mean, yeah.
He arguably the least favorite team in the league.
I don't know. There's just something about it. There's something about it, the way he's managed his roster this season and gone about trade discussions and just like
I could be wrong in this, but I think he's either tied or has less amount of playoff appearances than Trace.
I don't know if that's true or not. I think that he's typically just like one of the worst teams in the league, and this year he's got like a legit squad, and he's letting it go to his head a little bit. That's what you're seeing right there. What you're feeling a little bit. Or not going to his head. I think that he's just like very much enjoying the moment of having a legitimate team in the mix.
What do you mean a little bit? This guy's head is as big as fucking.
Yeah,
I will say trade discussions with Borman can get infuriating at times. So when he's getting fiery like that, yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, hey, Byron, you fucking sucks.
The whole you guys can't see this, but it says that whole AJ Brown plus blank for Chubb, and I'm like, bro. First of all, I said I need an RB to feel comfortable using as an RB2. Not feeling that way with Harris, Robinson Jr., and at this point he had Elijah Mitchell. And he said, I understand that. I come back at him this morning and I said, because he said CD was on the block, right? And I was like, fuck it. 11:09. There was 51
on the
minutes.
block is a loose term with him, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. 51 minutes until the deadline. I said, Pittman and Sutton for CD. And he goes, and just shot in the dark offer, right? He goes, just out of curiosity, how does that make me better? I would argue Devontae is better than both, given his offensive situation. Football-wise, more than fair. Fantasy-wise, likely fair. But scenario-wise, it hurts me.
Oh my god! Like, come on! What the hell?
At least he deep dove into it.
Doing the most.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I just felt like you needed some flex help with Damian Harris there, and then he goes into talking about how like. Damian's gonna get him 5 to 9 each week.
Wait, hold on.
5 to 9.
Track back. My trade, him, Jeff Wilson for Damian Harris, straight up. He won immediately. I won.
Mm-hmm.
He won right off the bat, only because Christian went to San Fran. But I ended up winning that trade. Jeff Wilson, that boy, he can play.
Yeah, no, you definitely won that.
Borman is the king of making trades that, like, in the immediate look like he won by a lot, and then 3 weeks go by and it's like, oh no, he lost that trade.
Yeah,
it puts me in tears when I hear Borman in trades.
But
those 2 words go in tears.
Borman gets very wrapped up in the moment. Like if a dude scored like 14 points this week, he can't.
Fucking sucks. You're never making the playoffs.
1 year, like I had Keenan Allen, and he started like the first 3 weeks, he only had like 5 to 7 points, and he was like, I mean, Keenan like wide receiver like 54, like that's what he's gonna be this year. I was like, dude, no.
Have you ever met a
no? He has no foresight.
Tyler Borman, he's the biggest justifier in the league. He'll justify anything.
Borman's roster is very similar to mine, where it's like Josh Allen and 2 running backs, like, and then spotty wide receiver play,
But
Not
he's
a
the same
stud tight
way.
end.
He's the same
I
way.
have Borman at
Guys
2,
pick
by the
off.
way, just so we can continue this conversation. I
Yeah.
have him at 2.
Okay.
I think that Dalvin Cook makes him a threat, obviously, but I don't know. I don't think Borman's going to manage his way to a championship. I think somebody else is gonna make a move here or there, and they're going to get it done and outmaneuver him in the playoffs. But I think that he's going to be a tough out for anybody with Josh Allen and those 2 running backs. That's a common theme this year. It's interesting. Like a lot of the good teams have 2 really good players at the same position and then an elite quarterback. That seems to be the common kind of theme with the elite teams here.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Borman is with a good roster right now, but I could be wrong in this. But I think Dalvin Cook has a pretty tough defensive lineup coming up, like throughout playoffs and all of that, fantasy playoffs. Could be wrong.
Something you got to look at a little bit. I was looking at that with like Josh tried to give me Geno at first today, but he has a tough schedule. You got to factor that in a little bit. He does have the Patriots, the Jets, the Giants. It's not terrible, but
okay. I heard the number 1 defense in the league, and I didn't hear anything else. We're actually 4th in the league, so fuck you. But anyways, I don't know. Borman's got a very good team. Borman's got a very good chance to win this league. Ultimately, it's up to him to lose it. I mean, not lose it because it's up for grabs, but he's the type of guy that's going to put in a. He's the type of guy that a lot of guys projected, which projections don't matter, but guys projected 10.2. He'll throw in the guy projected 4.3 because his stubbornness genuinely thinks that guy is going to get 1 crossing route, break double coverage, and catch a touchdown, which very well could lose in the league.
I like it.
I'm interested to hear who you all have in these spots at 2.
Who do you have at 2, Rob?
I have Joey at 2.
Okay.
Wow.
Not because I think his team's that good, but it's fucking Joey. He's where he's at every year, and I have never a bad thing to say about Joey. I fucking hate Joey. He's here. He's always fucking here. Drives me nuts. Joey's a Patriots fan.
He's
and
the
I'm a
Patriots
fan. And this is what drives me. He's there every fucking time. I hate it.
Yeah, Joey is the Patriots of this league.
He is. I'm about to pour this drink on my laptop. I hate it.
Honestly, fuck the Patriots. Modern day, he's like the Chiefs.
It'd be fun to kind of give
no, he's not.
Like an equivalent like team to how they manage their roster.
Modern
like
day,
what franchise they're like.
What? Yeah, we should do that on the next pod.
Modern day, Joey is still the Patriots. His team is a little bit, and they still keep winning with no talent.
Yep.
Walker is not the Broncos. I was going to say the Broncos, but no. They have a championship in the past.
Walker is, and I don't want to throw shit on you two on the pod, but Walker is Louisville basketball. I'm sorry.
No, that makes no sense.
Walker has no history of success.
Yeah.
No, not true, actually. Look it up. Walker actually surprisingly has a lot of success in this league.
Not in the playoffs, not when it matters.
It's like, right, surprisingly like middle of the pack success.
Walker's made the playoffs almost more than anyone in this league.
Louisville has top 10 all-time success. Walker is not even top 10 all-time success in the fantasy league.
That was just a whatever description. Walker's way better in this league than we give him credit for.
Well, this year he's not doing a job of making that point.
I would have to.
Walker. Is Walker the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah.
Yes. Every once in a while they're like pretty frisky and give you problems, but like when they're not that,
they're top 5. They're top 5. Oh, actually, wait. Kyler just played Call of Duty. No, they're top 12.
Kyler hasn't played since Warzone came out, man.
Yeah, I'll believe that.
All right. That's actually real. That's a real thing.
At 2, I got
Yep.
the gentleman.
Mm,
This is where the gentleman land for me. I think
thought it was going to be unanimous.
it's not. It's not unanimous.
I love that I'm putting them where I'm putting them.
Yep.
Look, I think top to bottom, talent wise, they have an insane amount of talent.
Yes, they did.
But again, that can be a problem. Like, who are you going to start on any given week? I don't know if I
Who are
completely.
you gonna ask? Are you gonna ask Andrew? Or are you gonna ask Jack?
I
Because
don't know.
who
So
do you
Well, we're not asking anybody.
Right.
They've just got to figure out their system with that.
that's the only thing that I have against them being number one is they have a lot of talent, and it's hard to manage that, especially in the playoffs. I haven't seen them do it yet. They haven't made the playoffs ever. This is going to be their first playoffs. Let's see how they do.
Can I
But
throw something out there to the league if they want to, because we're all fair game here, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
Word on the street after talking to both owners, Jack and Andrew, is that Jack makes the decisions.
100%.
And if you want to really
I knew that.
Oh yeah,
step things up, you ask Andrew and you put things in his head. You know, Andrew's he's a big 50-50 guy, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're playing Andrew and Jack, throw it in Andrew's head. Make him make the choice. He has control. He can do it.
But Andrew drafts their team.
Andrew got lucky this year. He got really lucky.
We say that he did it last year too. They ended up being good. Like,
last year they won 4 games, I think.
Do I think Andrew's been doing research? No, but I think he's backed his way into 2 back-to-back very good drafts to start his tenure.
I agree.
Because I mean, at this point, like Collin and I clearly have them at number 1. Josh, you have them at 2. I don't know. I mean, I think that they're the most talented team. I do think that it's going to come down to whether or not they can manage correctly, make the right plays. Like, there were a couple times this year that I've said something to Andrew, been like, this was early in the year before I realized that they were going to be a threat to win the freaking league.
Yeah.
But I was like, why is DK Metcalf on your bench this week?
Yeah. And Garrett Wilson.
I should bring that up to Jack. And I also have every once in a while I'm like, I see that y'all added like yada yada or started this defense. And Jack's like, and Andrew tells me, yeah, Jack's been making moves. I don't know. He's always doing stuff. Like, Jack does stuff where Andrew's not even aware.
Wow.
But they have an interesting
Pete,
going.
We have them at number 1, but you take just yours and I's team. We are less than 15 points in total on the year away from them. Like,
wow.
We have them at 1. They're so beatable.
That is straight up like them making bad lineup decisions.
Yeah,
like,
it's not them not having the guys.
But that matters. That matters.
Yeah, 100%.
That matters, and that's why I have them at 2. That's why I have them at 2 because I don't know if they're going to make those right decisions. And
I've got to say,
I'm pissed at myself for putting them at 1 because now that I'm looking at this, I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. They should not be 1.
I got a little commentary. It's interesting. This is probably the most interesting year that we've had in terms of fantasy, in terms of how open it is, 1 through, I'd say, back half. Like, even not knowing who's going to make the playoffs, you've got a bunch of teams at 5 and 6 right now battling for those last 2 spots. On top of that, some of the best teams are teams that aren't normally good, so they have like the best rosters been managed.
That's what I wanted to bring up.
Question. So it's going to be a very interesting playoffs when you have like teams that are used to being in the Final Four and playing for championships as the lower seed playing against the best teams that opening weekend. I think you're going to see at least 1 or 2 upsets of teams in that top 3.
That's
where it's like, I can't believe you didn't play this person in the playoffs. Like, I can very much happen.
I want to talk about all those 50-50s and like, I mean, there's so many teams, right? Like 8 teams make the playoffs. That's what I wanted to talk about. Who makes it? Who doesn't? What does it take to get there? I mean, we're at a level of if you get I don't know the math, but if you get 9 wins, I think you're in. If you're 8 wins, you're probably in, but you're not actually in.
Before we get to that, before we get to that,
I don't think it takes 9.
before we get to that,
No, I
I'd like
think
to,
you're
I'd
right.
like to announce my number one team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
All good. I got Aaron at number 1.
Fair.
I got Aaron at number 1. I think J.K. Dobbins is going to come back, and that's going to be big for him because right now he has Dawson Knox in the flex. But if he gets Miles Sanders, Kenneth Walker, and J.K. Dobbins with Devontae Adams and the combo of Pat Mahomes and Juju and then Kittle at the tight end, he's got the Bills defense. He's got top to bottom probably the strongest roster here with Pat Mahomes being able to, like, Pat Mahomes is on another level again right now. Like, he's having that year where it's like, it doesn't matter who he's playing, he's going to dominate the game. And Juju has, before he got that concussion, was really balling. So, I mean, it was going to be 3 straight games with over 100 yards. It could be dangerous to have that combo in full swing the last few weeks of the regular season and into the playoffs. And Kenneth Walker, I think as it gets colder outside, the Seahawks are just going to run the fucking ball on the road, at home, everywhere. Like
Kenneth Walker. Dylan, did you hear that?
And even Miles Sanders, I will say, this is not Jalen Hurts slander. I swear to God, it's not. It's not. The last drive of the Eagles-Colts game, they threw the ball once, when they went down and scored. Like, it was a must-have drive for the Eagles. They threw the ball once. That says all you need to know about where they are in terms of confidence in Jalen Hurts in that offense. They
scored the touchdown to win it.
Jalen Hurts ran the ball. Yeah. He ran it.
No, I disagree with that take wholeheartedly, but
we'll see. I mean, when they play the fucking Commanders and shit, yeah, they're going to throw the ball all over the place. When it matters, they're running the ball. So we'll see. They have a lot of division games coming up.
What was the score going into that possession?
10-6.
How much time?
And Jalen Hurts was an absolute disaster on that drive. He was. I'm just saying. They want to run the ball. They don't trust Jalen Hurts that much.
Fine. Just admit it.
What?
Jalen Hurts is better than Reggie Bonnafon.
At football? Yeah, he's a better football player. But that was never my argument. My argument was, who would I rather have on my roster?
Fuck this argument.
Who would you rather have right now today?
Reggie Bonnafon.
Fuck you. All right. You're wrong. Let's get in the playoffs.
Who makes the playoffs? Who makes it? Right now, you've got the gentlemen are a lock. Dylan is a lock. Josh is a lock.
Well, hold on. Wait. I want to point something out. Anyone who's got 7 wins is not
a lock. Not a lock.
If you lose out, you're technically not a lock, but like it takes 1.
I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, yes.
There's no such thing as an easy win in this league.
7 wins is not in. If you're a 7-win team and you win this week, you're in. 100%.
So just to Collin's point, because he brought it up, Dylan's last 3 games this year are against Byron, me, and Borman.
That's trouble.
So it's something to think about.
And I will say, Byron is just like, Byron's due. Like, he's going to get a win.
Dude, Byron's due.
Byron's due.
Dylan might be in a level.
I mean, I will say, for me, like, I got the gentleman this week. Then I got Ronnie, who's I don't think Ronnie's a pushover. Ronnie has the horses, and then I got Byron. And it's not like I'm fucking lighting up the scoreboard every week.
I mean, my schedule's tough down the stretch. I'm a little bit worried about it too. I have Joey this week, then I play Dylan, and then I play Grammar to end the year. Like, I have a tough road. But what helps me is next week, Collin and Trace play each other, which is huge. And this week, Collin plays Grant, and I need those. Those are the teams I need to lose.
Yep.
So they'll be knocking each other out a little bit, which is very helpful. And none of the teams and neither Trace or Grant or Collin get to play Walker, which is great.
All of what you said is what has made my dive into the playoff sector like so confusing because
The sector. That's an intense word for it.
I cannot do the math right now today with how many games are left. I can't break it forward. Like if I win, someone else loses. Like it's not. We're one more week. We can decide. Okay, this game matters. This game doesn't. Whatever. Today.
Yeah, there's only 2 teams that are technically clinched, and that's the Gentleman and
I guess
Finkel.
To that point, there's 2 teams that are.
I don't think Finkel's clinched.
He is. He's at 100%.
No, if Finkel loses out, he's not clinched.
The playoff percentage says he's at 100.
No, Finkel.
I don't think Finkel's. I don't think so.
I thought if Finkel lost out, he was not in.
I don't know.
Well, and maybe hold on. Maybe if he got wins over like Joey and Aaron, then he's in.
But I have the tiebreaker against Foreman.
He beat Joey. He lost to Aaron.
He's never beaten me.
If Finkel loses out, he's not necessarily in.
Basically, I think you got to get to 9 wins is in for sure.
Yeah, 9 wins is definite.
Correct.
I think that the magic number is going to be 7. I don't think that all 8 teams get to 7.
I think. Obviously,
I agree.
I think Trace ends up with 6, and like Grant ends up with 6, and then you have. I think 7's the number you're looking at.
This week's gonna be telling.
Like if I go 2-1, I would expect like these last 3 weeks. If I go 2-1, I expect to be in.
Like I expect.
Even if I go 1-2, yeah.
If I beat Grant this week, I'm in. My personal.
Anyone with 7 wins is 1 win away from being there.
Correct. Oh, Roppel, you think you're 1 win away?
If I beat Grant, I think I'm in because I have the head-to-head between 3 of the last guys before me.
Well, if you beat Grant and then lost the next 2 and I won after, then I jump you.
I split Grant. I've got Parker. I've got Trace. But
if you go 1-2, I just have to go 2-1 and I'd jump you.
I know, but I'm the 7, so it would still put you in.
Roppel,
And you would have just
game,
and also if you beat Grant and lost out, that means you would have lost to Trace the next week. So you'd be tied with him.
But I would have head-to-head points by a million.
But you wouldn't have the head-to-head tiebreaker, would you?
Yes.
He beat him once.
Okay. So, but it would still come down to that last week though, because you'd have the same record.
I need to win. If I win this week, I'm incredibly confident I'm in the playoffs.
You have a very, very high chance of being in if you win this week. If I win this week, I feel great about being in.
I want you to lose because if you lose this week, that gives me a much higher percentage of me getting in.
Yeah, but somebody's going to make it behind you. I get where, like, obviously you want me to be as far away as possible. You want all the options to be far away, but somebody else is going to be in there.
It's a tight race, fellas. Because
even
if, like, you take
I'm not going to lie. It makes me kind of.
Rudy would have lost.
I would love to play the Gentleman in the first round of the playoffs as the 8 seed. I would thoroughly enjoy that.
Wow.
Well, they just have been cruising through the regular season and then smack. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, there's not a team there's not one team in this league that I'm like, oh my God, I know for a fact they'll beat me. No, there's not one dominant team.
I agree with that. I think that within the top 8, I think once you get past Walker and Trace and kind of Dylan, as much as I hate to say it, every team can beat everyone else for sure.
Yeah. I agree.
God, can you imagine? Borman loses out and doesn't make the playoffs. Could you imagine it? Because it's possible. It is.
Yeah.
He doesn't win. If Borman doesn't win another game this season, he's stuck at 7 wins, and the teams below him would succumb him to make the playoffs. He wouldn't make it.
You got interesting matchups throughout. Oh, Roppel plays Trace to end the year,
Yeah, I know. It's the last game of the year.
and Collin plays the gentleman in between.
No, and I have Grant this week.
Yeah. So you play like important. You play two very important like head-to-head matchups, and then one game against.
I've already talked to Jamal. He knows, boys. Get tackle on the one. Hand it to Jamal. He knows.
I think more than a competitor, I think Byron's just going to be a spoiler down the stretch. Because even if he wins out, he'd get to 6 wins, which isn't going to be enough.
Before you get in that, me and Trace and Borman were doing a golf simulator last weekend, and Trace has Swift, right? And we're sitting there. The Lions got tackled at the one every single time.
Yeah.
Kept taking Swift out and throwing Jamal Williams in. And Trace, I mean, he lost it. He was throwing a fit the whole day. What the motherfucking fuck is he doing in there? Why did he get tackled at the one? It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
He finally got one.
Again. It was awesome.
The best part is Jamal Williams, every time he scored, would do the same exact celebration. And I'm like, I've seen this thing 3 times now. It's fucking ridiculous.
I could be wrong in this because I haven't looked at it, but I think he has the most touchdowns of any running back in fantasy.
He does.
Does he?
Yeah. I'm almost positive. Hold on. After last week, I'm pretty sure.
With
Roppel has the most TD like scavenger fucking running backs with him and James Conner's bitch ass. I swear.
Yeah, Jamal has 12, Nick Chubb has 11, Derrick Henry has 10. Yeah.
Oh, your running back got stopped at the 1 and somebody stole his fucking touchdown? He's probably on Roppel's team.
Yeah, I mean, between him and fucking James Conner.
I have a
the amount of times last year that Chase Edmonds did the dirty work for James Conner was disgusting. Yeah. Disgusting.
I have the grittiest running backs in the league.
Yeah.
Deontay is a pretty gritty guy. And I thought about trying to trade for Deontay.
Y'all shit on Josh Jacobs. That boy has been a dog.
He has been. I didn't anticipate the Raiders being what they are.
What, garbage? Because they're
gross. Yes.
So bad. But like they still run the fuck out of the ball.
I know. Like I'm pissed because I'm going to Vegas the weekend they could technically be in the playoffs. And they ain't touching it.
Nah.
Oh, hell no.
So I was really hoping I was going to be able to go to that game.
I listened to this conversation on PFT with Florio and Sims. Who has been more disappointing this year, the Broncos or the Raiders?
Broncos.
I feel like it's probably the Broncos too.
Broncos.
Oh, that's tough.
It's not as easy as you'd think, though. The Raiders signed Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones, and were good last year.
They've won 2 games.
Yeah, but one of them was against the Broncos.
2 of them. They've won 3 games. Both of them are against the Broncos.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Who have the Broncos beaten?
Let's see. I know they beat they lost to Seattle week 1.
I went to the Titans-Broncos game, and it was pretty gross to watch that first half.
They beat the Jaguars.
Sounds about right.
And the 49ers in week 3 when
shout out the AFC South.
When Jimmy G had that fucking safety.
The Titans still get to play 3 games against the AFC South, and neither are the Colts. Very exciting.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I think it's probably the Broncos too, just because Russell's supposed to be like that upper echelon. Derek Carr's kind of in that Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill tier. And Russell's supposed to be beyond that. And it was supposed to be just like ready-made for him. And it's gotten so bad that they like sold off Bradley Chubb and
I mean, I don't think
trash.
I don't think there's a like answer.
And on top of that, the Raiders can get rid of Derek Carr whenever they want. The Broncos just signed Russell Wilson to a $250 million deal. Just signed him. That's got to be a tough pill to swallow. Yep. Broncos have to be looking at themselves like, what the fuck did we just do?
He still has like flashes of Russ, but I don't know what it is. It's weird. we'll see. I mean, even with Javante getting hurt, like that was so disappointing. Like that's kind of where it started.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The dude just he's fucking weird.
I mean, he's a fucking cornball.
And that's your quarterback. You don't want to play for a fucking weirdo.
Nah. Remember when he was like telling like the sidelines that every time that there was a play on defense, he
Like,
wanted
yo,
to
run
scream,
pass.
he
Yo,
wanted
run or
him to
pass.
scream run or pass.
Dude,
It's
I
like,
didn't do that at St. X.
right. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
It's like, dude, you're better than that.
Crazy. All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on?
I'm gonna do a quick little run through games this week.
Let's do it. I'm not gonna look at
Wait.
matchups,
Should we do
but
like game of the week and all that? What are we doing?
I don't know. What do you
we
wanna do?
we can start with the game of the week. I'll go. My game of the week is going to have to be.
It's me.
So we're getting into that time where it's playoff time, and so
I'm
it's
fucking
that
game of the
instead of
week.
like
It's
the
me.
most competitive game of the week is definitely the gentleman versus Josh. But in terms of playoff implications, I think that it's probably Joey and myself actually,
Wait, how?
because I don't think Grant's getting in the playoffs.
Oh,
And I'm thinking we're all gonna have a different game of the week. I figured you were gonna do yourself. I didn't want you clearly think yours is game of the week, so we should all have a different one.
No, fair. I'm just saying if we're looking at projections solely.
Well, yeah. If
Me
we
and
were,
Grant are
that'd be a very easy way to go about it. I was thinking we could all have something different.
Rapple, we don't look at projections. You know this.
I know.
Yes.
I fucking
And yours is realistically like you and Grant are battling for a playoff spot. But
Projections, you guys are literally tied.
yes.
Rudy knows I don't look at projections. I will start 50 points ahead of 90 points. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm going with myself against Joey because I feel like if I win this week, then I'm in the driver's seat to get one of those last couple of spots. And I think that Joey has a tough schedule down the stretch. He's obviously, if Joey and I are in, I think that there's a chance you're looking at Collin, Joey, and myself in the back half of the playoffs playing against the four. Like Joey could obviously be one of those top 4 seeds, but if that's the case, y'all kids in the front better be watching now. Y'all better be watching now.
They don't want to. Don't let
Y'all
them
better watch your back. You better watch your back
back.
because Booze and Cruz and the Horse Johnson have got rosters that you don't want to see in the playoffs.
Don't let
like you're not lining up against them like, oh, at least it's just the first week of the playoffs. I get to play against the trash team. That's not what you're going to be lining up against. You're going to be like, I hope Travis Kelce doesn't go for 103 touchdowns, or I hope that Roppel doesn't play the right running backs this week because it might be a long one. All I'm saying.
I mean, the one thing I do know is for us, you know, we've been down to the wire against both of your all's teams, and you know, like I said before, you know, good teams just find a way to win, and we pulled it out against both of you guys down the stretch. I mean, we feel good.
Hey, can I tell you something?
We've taken your best shot. And,
you know, it's hard to beat a good team twice, first off. And, you know, sometimes those close games kind of regress back to the mean. You know, everybody's good in this league. So,
yeah,
you got to think it's close to a 50-50. You got to just hope that it starts to regress next year, not this year.
I'd like to have a comment. I mean,
sure.
Kentucky basketball, it's a little bit different, but they beat both Kansas and North Carolina last year by a wide margin, who played in the national championship. Kentucky was better than both teams. And I'm not going to say me and Parker are better than you, but it's playoff time, my friend. And these two teams and these two boys, we got our teams riled up, motherfucker. We're coming. Here comes Booze and Cruz.
I was more so talking to the Aarons and the Bormans and the gentlemen of the world, but Josh too. Josh can get it too. But I was talking more to those inexperienced, never been there guys.
Yeah, no, I get it, Roppel. But at the end of the day, I'd rather just be St. Peter's than Kansas or North Carolina.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Well, hey, that motherfucker team went to the Elite Eight. They beat some good teams.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather be them.
If I'm St. Peter's this year, I'm okay with it.
Sure. All right, my game of the week. I got an interesting one. Byron and Dylan. Byron, this is a must-win game for Byron to stay alive. And if Dylan loses, he's gonna start feeling the heat.
Dude, hold on.
If certain teams win and Dylan loses, he's gonna be like, all right, I need a win in these last 2 weeks. And he has no cupcakes.
I'm doubling down. That game is
Huge.
so fun.
Huge.
Byron, on your feet.
If he doesn't,
the Byron
oh man.
Let's go, Byron. Let's go, Byron. That's a fun ass fucking game.
I mean,
shit. Byron, come on.
And if you looked at the rosters and didn't know their records, you would think that Byron's team is so much better than Dylan's.
Do you think Byron will answer a FaceTime right now to talk about the team?
He already declined one.
No, I didn't call Byron.
So gotta think no.
Who'd you call?
Who'd you call?
Aaron.
Why? You asked if we should call Byron, and then you called Aaron? It's okay.
He's like,
Come on, B. I would love to hear him talk about this. Call Dill. If he doesn't answer, call Dill.
Dylan's literally down the hallway asleep in bed.
Yeah. Is Dill not going home for break?
He and I have to work Friday. We're coming back Friday morning. After work.
Nice.
All right, no Byron.
I wish I could be there, boys.
It is 1:30.
That is
sounds like Christmas time.
Although
Hold on, I want to do a little bonus segment. This is just for the people here.
Yeah.
And Collin's drunk, so it should turn into some good, clean family fun to end the podcast.
Perfect.
Collin, I just want to know what it's like to know that your run has ended as the best football team in the state. It ends on Saturday. How has it felt the last 3 years to feel like y'all had a good program for a minute? And also, how does it feel to pay a coach that made his living off of a down SEC East, MAC opponents, and a down Louisville program to make himself the 9th highest paid coach in the country at $9 million a year? Y'all are paying him more than Calipari.
I'm not mad about paying him. I'm mad about paying him in the situation. He's done a great job. I'm not happy about the season we've had. But, Parker, I will bet you $300 that we beat Louisville in football. And I'll even give you the spread of 3. In fact, I'll bump it to 5. $500. We beat you.
No, I'm not betting you $500 on the game.
Why? You can't come to me on the pod all confident.
I very much can and still be responsible with $500.
Okay, 200.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it'll be as bad as last year, but I think we handle you all pretty easily.
I need to know if Malik Cunningham's playing before I bet it.
He's starting.
I don't know that he didn't play last week.
They already said he's starting.
Well, I'm gonna need to read that with my own eyes. If Malik Cunningham is playing,
I'll let you read it. But they already said he's starting.
Well, I'll say now, if Malik Cunningham
Honestly,
starts, I will bet you.
thing. That's a worst thing for you all.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That boy sucks.
We do not need to roll out Brock.
He has lost by 90 points to Kentucky in his career. 90.
Yeah,
I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to
like
see what
50
happened
points a
Brock
game
out there.
Yeah, y'all. No, we don't want Brock.
That other dude, Doman, is trash.
He's straight up trash.
Fine, we'll take Malik. Rudy, what do you think? I will bet you for everything. Every amount of money, I will bet you Kentucky wins.
I just said no to 500.
Make it 12. I'll do any.
1,200.
I'm so confident Kentucky wins.
You're going in the wrong direction.
All right, $100.
Okay, sure. I agreed to 2, but we'll do 1. $100 as long as Malik Cunningham starts.
Also, I have 4 tickets on. Do you want to go? I have 4 tickets on the 50. With the parking.
I'm gonna have Reagan with me. I'm not gonna be able to do that.
I have 4 tickets. Does she want to go?
I mean, I'm not gonna make you give up one of your tickets on the 50 to my girlfriend.
They're not mine anyway, so I don't care. I just got asked to have them.
I don't know. I might end up staying in Louisville because I won't be there for very long.
All right, Parker.
But I appreciate the offer, sir.
They're not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna probably sit with Ben anyway, and sit right behind Louisville, which is so funny. I sat right behind Georgia. Talk so much shit, but like funny shit. The Georgia players were laughing like with me. It was the coolest thing ever. It was.
Yeah,
I was with Jeff Prifty. He's like, tell him to go to this bar. He's like, okay. Tell him like, yeah, they're pointing. They're down like 10. It's a close game. They did not give a shit. It was awesome.
I'm not as confident as P.
I don't know what the Cats have seen in the last 2 weeks in a loss to Vandy and a competitive loss to Georgia. I'll give you that. But why do y'all think you can be a college football playoff ranked football team? Because that's what we fucking are. We're a ranked football team. Number 25 in the playoff polls, baby.
Hey, fuck you, Raffle. Hey, fuck you, Raffle.
For the same reason that.
Hey, Collin. Fuck you.
For the same reason.
Fuck you right back. You said it to me
fuck
earlier. I'll say it right
you,
back.
Collin.
For the same reason that Louisville was favorite over Kentucky last year when we beat you by what? 38, 42?
Hey,
I don't know what the score was. I stopped watching.
Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not as confident.
Don't be.
I'm not.
They're definitely not going to beat us like they have been beating us. It's going to be a competitive game.
All I'll say is this. I'll say this. Louisville's rush defense has been very good this year. Kentucky's offensive line, horrible.
We're going to sack the shit out of Will Levis.
But
I don't know if that's going to be enough.
It's going to be so wrong.
What?
That's what I was going to say. That's for the liar is yes, you all have been very good. We've been really bad in that aspect. But you've also rushed very non-SEC talent linemen.
Well, clearly your offensive line isn't SEC talent the way y'all been giving up.
You've just played a bunch of fucking losers.
Our schedule is the 7th hardest ranked schedule in the country, and yours has been like 54th. But you're right. But you're right. We've beaten 5 teams that were ranked in the top 25 at some point this year.
You're right, and I agree. We should throw another 100 on this game.
All I'm saying is you just said that we played against against garbage teams all year, and our schedule has been significantly tougher according to every metric that was
your adjective. Significantly was your adjective.
You said that the teams we played against were trash and that you've been playing against SEC caliber teams, so therefore that's the only reason your offensive line has been bad.
No,
but realistically, you played against the 54th hardest schedule worth.
The word only was also your adjective. But therefore, I will throw another 100 on this. Let's do $300.
No.
Why?
Because why would I? Nothing in this conversation makes me want to throw more money on it. I'm just pointing out things that I already knew when I bet you the first time. Like, I already knew these things, like when I bet you the original amount.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 4?
You're not understanding.
I will bet you everything. I will take my mortgage. Riggs, come here, bud. We're done. We ain't going home.
You want to bet Riggs?
Riggs, come here. Look at him. Can you see him?
Dude, I love Riggs as the dog that I come and visit at your house.
Yeah.
Birdie, take the thing off.
Oh, have we transferred rooms?
Yeah, look at Big Rig.
Let's go to where do you guys want to go? You want to go to the ski lift?
Yes.
P, so how much? 4, 3, 2?
We've settled on $100.
Nope,
Oh,
2.
Just for Rappo, we'll get Riggs in there. Are you in the bathroom?
I was about to. I thought you were done. Big Rig.
Riggsy!
Oh, the bet.
Rig.
Riggs!
Come on, look at him, bud. Come on.
Riggs!
Right.
Riggsy.
Dude, no, wrong way.
He said, what? What, bitch?
Dude, he's so big now. Holy shit.
I know.
No, Big. Come here. Come here. Oh, he does not.
Riggs!
Wait, is that?
Riggs! 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 Riggs!
Riggs! Riggs! Riggs!
Anyways, yeah, Collin, y'all are going to lose this year and then for the foreseeable future. Hey, question.
Evil last laugh.
Genuine question. Has Mark Stoops peaked already? Like, has he reached his peak with Kentucky?
Yeah.
We're in learning pods now, boys.
And I think that 10-win season when we were in school is probably the best that Mark Stoops will ever do at Kentucky.
Yes, probably.
Like, since he's been there, South Carolina's been bad, Tennessee's been bad, Florida's been bad, Louisville's been bad.
I won't say it's gonna be the best he's ever done. I don't think he'll ever do better. I think he can do it again, but it'll never be better.
I don't think y'all ever get to 10. Y'all are about to go to a 9-game SEC schedule with no divisions where you have to play everybody all the time.
I agree.
That includes Oklahoma and Texas.
I know. I'm aware.
I'm just saying that's going to be a load.
I'm saying I don't think he'll ever do. I think 10. He'll do 10
Does he
again.
get to 10 wins again as Kentucky's coach?
I think he does.
Okay.
Have you seen the freshman class we have right now? Did you see what Barry Brown just did to Georgia?
That guy's good.
He is good.
Is he a freshman?
Yeah, true freshman.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Just wait till they say Ruben. Ruben's coming.
Did you also see what Stu said after that game? Like yesterday.
No, I did not catch that.
He's like, yeah, guys, please start sending more money because they're sending every single one of these kids every single offer. It's a free agency. They're gonna leave if you don't offer. Like, it's fucked. Free agency is a thing in college sports.
Yeah, the Cards are paying up.
Well, they're not. Well,
The Cards?
yeah.
The Cards are paying the fuck up.
Football.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and basketball we're
About
not.
that today. You are fucked.
In basketball, hell yeah.
No, in football too.
Why in football?
Who else in Adidas is doing anything? Adidas doesn't have the money to keep up with Nike.
Yeah, they do. They have soccer money, dude. They're the biggest brand in soccer.
And there's like 5 schools in NCAA.
Well, I'm saying like worldwide, they're the biggest brand in soccer.
Understood. But NCAA, that market, they're not tossing it.
Louisville has the most profitable athletic marketing deal with any. Like, they make more money from Adidas than any school makes from Under Armour or Nike at all. Like, they make more money than anyone else per year.
Louisville is one of about 5 schools doing that deal.
Well, every school's deal is different, and Louisville is the highest paid with Adidas. That's why we stay with Adidas, is because they pay us more than they pay.
That's why Adidas is substantially the least funded brand of all of them.
I don't think it matters.
Second highest.
Yeah. Yeah, also they're the second highest, but like it also doesn't matter if Louisville directly. I don't give a fuck what they're paying.
Right. It's not Louisville directly. It's not at all.
Also, and they do have like a lot of basketball brands, and they have Texas A&M, they have Miami, they have Kansas, they have Indiana, they have Arizona State. Like it's not like we're the only ones.
No, you're not at all.
Like Indiana, Kansas, Louisville are three very big basketball brands. Miami and Texas A&M are big brands altogether.
Well, Texas A&M's ruining everything they have, but I agree.
Well, yeah, but they're still a massive school.
I agree. I don't know. This is getting more upsetting, but I think the whole NIL is just getting out of hand. Like it's so bad.
Well,
Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean,
I'm
overtime, not that Rudy's on here. Overtime's doing it very good. Like they're doing it right.
Fuck yeah, baby.
They are.
I mean, NIL needs to be a thing. It just needs to have some regulations.
Correct. And it's like Stoops said the other day. He's like, dude, I've got freshmen that I recruited and we're giving them money. And yes, I got an extension and I would want to give them money. And he's like, I'm literally recruiting the kids I've already committed here.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's a free agency for college kids that have done nothing. Like it's crazy.
Oh, Louisville's going through it right now. We have a dude that's like a top 10 receiver in the country from California, and he just visited Texas and Georgia, and we're fighting.
We're gonna continue this conversation, but I'm gonna stop the recording.